School. It's time for Lady Colonels basketball. Lady Colonels are on 105.5 KD Country, part of a double dip, and you got a double dose of Agent Zero for this one. It's the Lady Colonels, then the guys afterwards. Altavista hosting William Campbell in Game 1, Big O, and then Riverheads in Game 2. Going to be a blast of a night, I think.
Yeah, I get to see a lot of basketball tonight, and starting off with the Altavista girls, number 1 seed, against a familiar foe, William Campbell, the number 4 seed.
Yeah, and then you get to go home and watch Duke and UNC. Don't text Oscar any updates, okay? Let's hear from the head coach, Deborah Spencer. We got a chance to catch up with her and talk about her team up to this point, and she'll discuss the William Campbell Lady Generals some as well. It is the Subway pregame show. You can eat fresh at 3 great locations around town: Main Street in Altavista, up the road a bit on Clarion Road inside Walmart, and then further up the road on Route 29 inside Foster Fuels. Only wrong move is not walking in the door. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Oscar Briggs. So glad to have you along for the ride. Country music fans, we're glad to have you too. Stop in and enjoy some of this basketball action. Let's hear from Coach Spencer. It's the Lady Generals and the Lady Colonels playoff basketball action on 105.5 KD Country.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns from Altavista High School. First playoff edition of the Subway pregame show. We've got the Altavista Lady Colonels taking on the William Campbell Lady Generals. We're talking with the head coach of the Colonels, Deborah Spencer. And Coach Spencer, first time we've had you guys on the radio this year. We'll fill everybody in with what's happened up to this point. Maybe not everything, but it was a slow start for you guys. And then when the new year rolled around, you seemed to catch fire and you started winning a bunch of ball games.
Yeah, I think our slow start had a lot to do with kids being out with injuries, missing some key players, and we dropped a couple close games and never really were able to get into a rhythm with the constant going in and out of players that we lost. It wasn't until the Christmas break that we actually got all of our players back on the floor, and that combined with some time off with no games where we could practice and work. In the second half of the season in January, we have been a much better team and have played and performed more consistently in a game.
Well, when you were struggling a bit and you had those injuries, I mean, were you patient with the ladies? Did you know it was going to turn around? She's laughing and shaking her head no. You knew it was going to turn around, though, at some point, probably, right?
You certainly hope that it's going to turn around. Patience is usually not a word that I would use or my players would use with me, because honestly, even though we had players out, we still expected to do better than what we did, and we held them accountable for their play for those games too. But at the same time, to give the girls credit, we just kept working hard and pushed them a little bit more, and then they were, we responded to that, and then got that first win. And once you get that first one, it was easier after that to put a couple good games together.
Well, in years past, you guys have had some post players that you'll throw it into, and then you've had some outside shooters. Seems like this year it's kind of the same MO for you guys, correct?
It is. I think this team, maybe a little bit more than teams we've had in the past, we don't have any standout players. We are almost like a sum of all parts, which again, in the beginning of the season, we didn't have all those parts. It made it much, much harder. Once we were able to put all the pieces back together, then we've played much better. And we do. We have a balance of inside and outside scoring and a balance amongst our players. But the flip side of that is, when you have a superstar player, you know what they're going to give you every game.
Right.
For a team that lacks that superstar, all of those players have to play well every day for us to do well.
Defensive philosophy this year, is that similar in years past? In years past, you guys have run some man and some zone and some full court stuff. Same way this year, the whole kitchen sink?
The whole kitchen sink. Well, if we can find something that works, we're going to try it. So we'll do a lot of different things. And I think at times this year that has helped us to do different things and be a little bit more flexible defensively.
Tell us a little bit about William Campbell and what they're going to bring to the table tonight.
William Campbell, I think, has some, like us, has some inside, outside play, have experienced guard in the Hamlet young lady who shoots the ball really well. Their post players are able to step out outside the lane and face up to the basket a little bit more than most post people do. So, and then they have some good athletes. So I think they also have a pretty balanced, mixed team.
Great stuff, Coach. Thanks for your time. Best of luck. Tip-off between the Lady Colonels and William Campbell in about 5 minutes on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Recognized for outstanding service and customer satisfaction, Sonny Merriman Incorporated is Virginia's platinum service Thomas-built bus dealer. As Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus distributor, Sonny Merriman Incorporated has been providing buses to schools, churches, medical facilities, and transit agencies for 50 years. Sonny Merriman Incorporated recognized the Altavista boys and girls basketball teams for their outstanding season and wishes them good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels!
Jumpstart your business on a winning note with the Altavista revolving loan. An opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Check in with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis, at Altavista Town Hall. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality, supporting the Altavista Colonels' winning tradition.
Colonels, hey, let's go, Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Lady Colonels, One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication and teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
Quality, performance, value. When it comes to tires, no one is as obsessive as the designers and engineers at Michelin. We all expect tires to perform at their very best. So whether it's smooth riding Michelin cross-country terrain SUV tires, rugged Michelin LTX series of truck tires, or the premier passenger car performance of Michelin Hydro Edge tires, the name Michelin means you'll get the most out of your vehicle. When it's time to switch to Michelin, come to Perkins Twin Tire and Auto Service, Main Street, Altavista.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show back again. Oscar's going to give you the starting lineups. Before he does that, let me tell you about our starting lineup. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, a family serving families since 1905. English's your complete home center, and your Pratt & Lambert Paint headquarters. As the lights go out, they're doing the light show for the Lady Colonels, of course. PCM Industrial Services, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality construction and maintenance service. Feller Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. They sponsor our YouTube rebroadcast. You can go listen to any Colonels game from the past and hear it all again. Sonny Merriman, Virginia's premier bus company. The Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. Perkins Twin Tire, on 1312 Main Street in Altavista or online at PerkinsTwinTire.com. And the One Stop Mart, where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking. Of course, if you're listening online, that is brought to you by Chad Rakos, your all-state agent in Windhurst. Basketball fans, always in good hands with Chad Rakos. Agent Zero, what'd you find out as far as the starting lineup?
Let's go first with the visiting William Campbell. They'll start with number 1, Sabrina Horn. She's a 5'3" guard. She's a sophomore. Number 11, Carrie Hamlet, a 5'1" guard. She's a junior. Number 32, Erica Pierman, a 5'6" guard. She's a senior. Number 34, Jasmine Rosser, 5'6" forward. She's a senior. And number 44 is Jasmine Good. She's a 5'3" forward or center. She's also a senior. Head coach Bernie Allen, assisted by Drew Rutledge. Drew Rutledge, certainly a name we're familiar with girls basketball out of William Campbell.
Yeah, very good multi-sport athlete for William Campbell. You heard Coach Spencer in the pregame interview talk about Carrie Hamlet, definitely somebody to watch for the Lady Generals. Starting lineup for the Altavista Colonels, Big O.
For the Colonels, they'll go with number 12, Addison Mormon. She's a 5'6" sophomore. Whitney Davis, number 15. She's a 5'6" senior. Number 22, Taylor Kraft, a 5'6" senior. Number 32, Victoria Burgess, a 5'1" senior. And number 44, Brittany Mason, a 5'9" senior. Of course, the Colonels are coached by longtime head coach Deborah Spencer, assisted by Susan Short and Ed Frazier.
Yeah, Coach Spencer, one state championship to her credit in basketball and one in volleyball, Mr. Briggs.
Certainly one thing to note from a Colonels lineup perspective, Erica Mabry, questionable, was actually in a booth this morning and didn't think that she was going to be able to play. She is dressed. Do not know the extent of her availability, even from the inside within the family. They're unsure of her availability tonight.
Yeah, it's an ankle injury. Erica is an outstanding three-point shooter, not just a three-point shooter, but that's one of the things she does best. And it would be interesting to see. She was out there in warm-ups, testing it, shooting around a little bit. Lady Colonels dressed in the home whites, orange and black trim on the side, black number outlined in orange. Lady Generals are in the road dark blue jerseys with the William Campbell written in the center. Jump ball goes to the Lady Generals. They'll take their time here in the front court. This is Hamlet holding it over her head. You heard Coach Spencer mention they're going to use a bunch of different defenses. They'll try some, stick with what works, get out of it if it doesn't work. Looks like a zone defense to start, and they nearly had a turnover. Ball pinballed off of Taylor Kraft, and it returns back to the Lady Generals.
They are absolutely in a zone and come away with a steal. So the first defense that Coach Spencer rolled out worked.
Kraft again. This is Burgess coming right down Broadway. Now sends it in the corner to Whitney Davis. Davis will bounce back up top to Burgess. Mason and Mormon are the two post players in the game right now for the Lady Colonels. Here's Taylor Kraft holding it over her head. Still no score with 7:15 left to play in the first quarter. Burgess was looking to go along the baseline to Addison Mormon, and the pass was too high. So each team has a pair of turnovers to start our ball game. 7:12 left to play in the first.
Boy, I like the way they ran their offense. Got a good look at down low and just weren't able to execute. She was open. There's a steal, looks like, by Brittany Mason. Two turnovers.
Brittany Mason collects the high lob pass. Lady Colonels basketball in the front court. We played 1 minute of hoops here in the first quarter. This game was supposed to be played last night, so just a 24-hour delay because of the weather. Burgess will walk slowly to her right. Looks like the Lady Colonels are going to run a set play. 6:45 left to play in the first. Still no score. Burgess taking her time, just inspecting the defense, watching the other four Lady Colonels run around in between that defense.
Boy, it looks like they might be in a triangle and two.
There's
some kind of jump defense.
You could see the double team there on Kraft when she caught the ball on the right wing. I think that's when you and I maybe both noticed it, like, hey, this defense is non-traditional here. First foul on Jasmine Good.
Got Sabrina Horn out top.
Inbound play goes to Addison Mormon. She's clobbered as she skies to the rim. Fouled by Good. Pardon me, that foul is actually on number 34, Jasmine Rosser. Her first, William Campbell second as a team.
Sabrina Horn listed at 5'3". I doubt it.
You think that's overestimating or underestimating?
I think it's underestimating.
Okay. First free throw converted by Addison Mormon. It's a 1-0 Lady Colonel lead. I'll probably alternate going back and forth between calling them the Colonels and the Lady Colonels, Oscar. You know, in college now, adding the lady in front of it has actually fallen out of favor. Most of the college teams just go by the same name as the guys now.
Yeah, I think it's Title IX.
It very well could be. Ball knocked out of bounds on the missed free throw. Lady Colonels retain possession, though. Kraft will do the honors on the inbound. Mason runs off the screen. They can't get it to her. They do get it to her now after a pass from Burgess. She's stuck in the lane. The basketball poked into the backcourt by Erica Pierman. Pierman double-teamed by Burgess and Kraft in the right corner right in front of us, and she walked, took too many steps. Another turnover for William Campbell. It's Altavista basketball with 6:19 to play. Colonels with the 1-0 lead.
3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the William Campbell Colonels.
Kraft going to inbound. Lady Colonels got to go the full length of the court to score. They do break the press with relative ease. Up ahead it goes to Whitney Davis. Davis tried the 7-footer from outside the lane. It was partially blocked. Here comes Burgess driving, bumped at the free throw line, and she is fouled. That'll stop play with 6:09 left to play in the first quarter. It's a 1-0 Altavista advantage. I'm Kyle. He's Oscar. Glad you've joined us for Lady Colonels basketball. Little hoops on your ride home never hurt. Bounce pass, inbound play goes to Mason. She misses from short range. Lady Colonels still have not scored from the field. William Campbell hasn't either, for that matter.
So clock continues to wind. 5:58 remaining here in the first quarter. 1-0 Colonel lead.
Probably a combination of good defense and bad offense, Oscar. Hamlet's going to lob it to the free throw line. That pass had to get recaptured by Rosser. Rosser fires a floating fadeaway jumper. Hits the back of the iron, skies up, and falls down for 2. William Campbell lead. Mormon, in a hurry coming in from the left side. Body contact there by Jasmine Good will draw a foul.
She was laughing as she kind of threw that ball up as a last resort. She'll go to the free throw line, shoot 2. A little bit unique free throw style. She'll set the ball like normal, bring it up, get her elbow set, and then she turns completely loose with her left hand and balances the ball in her right hand for just a couple of seconds.
It's a one-handed free throw. She's 2 of 3 now. She sinks the second one there.
Hey, I saw a game the other night in college. A kid was shooting underhanded. I can't remember which school it was.
I saw that as well. I'm trying to rack my memory banks, too. I hear that is actually coming back into favor.
She's 75%. Yep. Maybe Coach Troy Harris should use that ploy on his team.
Don't knock it till you tried it. Addison Mormon has given the Altavista Lady Colonels the lead back. There's a steal. Brittany Mason tries off the window. It won't go. Second chance won't go as well. She's got her own rebound, though, and she'll dribble it back out towards midcourt. Going to reset the offense with 5:20 left to play here in the first. Davis came off the screen and lost the ball. The speedy Carrie Hamlet's got the steal. Up with the left hand and in. William Campbell has the lead back. 4-3. 5:11 left to play in the first.
Both teams sloppy with the ball here early, Kyle.
It would appear that Coach Spencer would like the Lady Colonels to take better care of the basketball. Davis comes off a Mason screen. One of the old pick-and-roll play, but couldn't get it to her. Now Mason does have a left-hand post. Bounces to the right side to Davis. That shot won't go. It's too strong from 5 feet. 4-3. William Campbell leads. Hamlet will jog it into the front court. Now she'll slow down to a walk with 4:40 left to play in the first. Three-pointer up and off the backboard, but there's a foul in the shot attempt. It's going to send Jasmine Rosser to the free throw line for 3 attempts.
And Coach Spencer's certainly not happy with that call, and she immediately goes to the bench. Paris Goggins will see her first action here on one of these three free throws.
That's
easy
hard
for
to
me to say.
Yeah, no, it's tough to say. It's early too. Early. We're used to not coming on until about 6:45. First free throw is good by Jasmine Rosser. They're going to call the subs in, but nobody's blown the horn, so now they'll just wait, and I guess they'll come in after the second free throw. Looks like Haley Kraft over there along with Paris Goggins ready to come in. Rosser sinks the second. It's Goggins and Haley Craft replacing Whitney Davis and Brittany Mason. Taylor Craft and Haley Craft, they are sisters, so we will have to distinguish. All 3 free throws knocked down by Jasmine Rosser. Good stroke there, gives William Campbell some padding to the lead. 7-3, Lady Generals up by 4. Mormon bounce pass was looking for Craft. It hit her shin, and she couldn't pull it in. Another turnover.
William Campbell set up in a 2-2-1 full court press that time. They broke the press, had the 2-on-1, and just weren't able to execute.
Rosser will fire to the rim, got her own rebound on the missed shot, and then she's fouled. She's going to go back to the free throw line, place she just converted 3 of them. She'll try her hand at 2 more with 4:21 left to play in the first quarter.
She just lowered her shoulder and just kind of went to the hoop.
Likes to take it in there strong. Surprisingly quick and a very good free throw shooting stroke as she makes that one. That's 4 in a row from the charity stripe for Jasmine Rosser. 5'6" senior for William Campbell. Next one's nothing but net. That's a pretty good weapon if you can get her on the charity stripe a bunch, Big O.
With 4 minutes remaining here, Colonels are down 9-3.
Burgess, long cross-court pass over to the right side, gets it to Haley Craft. She'll throw it back between the circles to Victoria Burgess. Right wing to Taylor Craft. Steps into a 3, too strong. Haley Craft will run down the rebound. Nice play there to save it. Bounce pass inside to Goggins. Goggins is fouled. She went up from the left side of the hoop from 2 feet away, and she'll toe the free throw line with exactly 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter.
Interesting. Mormon had about a 6-foot shot, and she gave up for the 2-foot shot. Nice pass, bounce pass, and leading Goggins to the hoop.
Oscar, let me tell you that the first quarter is brought to you by the KD Country Radio Auction. It's February 27th, not this Saturday, but next. Something Oscar knows well and loves. As this game progresses, I'll tell you some about the items that we have on the auction, but you can guess already.
I know. I can't wait to hear. I mean, you can pick up some great bargains if you pay attention and stay tuned and make your bids, man. You can pick up some great deals.
It's a blast. Oscar and I will discuss even more as the game goes on. 9-3, both free throws missed by Goggins. Craft tried to take a charge unsuccessfully. She thought she got the feet set. It is a foul, though, and it's going to send number 32, Erica Pierman, to the free throw line to shoot a pair for William Campbell.
Well, she was set, but at the last minute, she reached her arms up almost a little bit more forward than up, and you're just not going to get that call. You're not going to get a charge call, especially that far under the basket.
She was pretty much directly under the hoop. There's no restricted circle in high school, obviously, like there is at some other levels, but still sometimes referees won't give it to you if you just plant it right under the basket.
Boy, 10-3. Colonels have had a tough time getting the ball in the hoop.
Yeah, Erica Pierman sinks 1 of 2, made the back end of the free throws. Burgess in trouble in the backcourt. She bounces to Taylor Craft to relieve some pressure. That ball's knocked out of bounds by Carrie Hamlet. It'll be Altavista basketball with 10-3. They trail by 7. 3:40 left to play in the first quarter.
Again, Colonels yet to score from the floor.
It's a slow pace, offensively challenged. I mean, William Campbell's got, I believe, 6 or 7 of their points from the free throw line, too. Correct, Oscar? 6. So they made 2 field goals. Craft will circle the defense to her left. Throws it in the right corner to sister Taylor Craft. Back to Haley Craft. Now in the mid-post to Mormon. Mormon dishes off to Goggins. Goggins can't convert from the left side of the hoop. Rosser's going to go the other way. She fell down and lost the basketball. No whistle on a traveling call, though. She appears to be injured, but she's going to walk it off.
I think the fact that she lost the ball is the reason it kept it from being a traveling call.
Might be the right call.
Although she did fall directly on the ball on her stomach. She got up and winced. It did not feel good. Alternating possession, held ball, goes to the Colonels. Brittany Mason back in, replacing Goggins.
Mormon got in there and tied up Rosser. You know, you speak about the alternating possession, the held ball, the jump ball. Our executive producer, Elizabeth Haney, and I were discussing the subtle nuances of that over lunch one day. And I think a lot of the new school cats, the young people, when we say jump ball, they don't get it because there's no jump ball. But back in the day, they used to throw a jump ball on those. Craft going to knock it down for 3 while we talk. That's Haley Craft from the left wing, drains it, cuts into William Campbell lead. It's 10-6 deficit now for the Lady Colonels. Pull-up jumper from Erica Pierman will not go. Rebound is still loose. Addison Mormon had it for a while. William Campbell got it back. to reset the possession.
It's not a game for the timid underneath.
No, if you're going to go into paint there, you better be ready for a battle. Basketball poked out of bounds.
Boy, Hamlet's quick. She's got quick hands. She's got quick feet. Diminutive, but quick.
Always seems to be around the basketball, too. Lady Colonels throw it in. Victoria Burgess in the front court. She'll curl to her right, throws it right to the right point. Haley Kraft, long cross-court pass in the left corner to Taylor Kraft.
She drew attention relatively quickly, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Still trying to diagnose the defense. I think it's just a straight zone defense now, don't you think?
Looks like a 1-3-1 right now.
Taylor Kraft will fire for three. That skips off the iron, no good. Rebound collected by Jasmine Good. In trouble momentarily, nearly lost the basketball, and William Campbell finally did. Haley Kraft recaptured it after the pinball effect. And here's a foul on, I believe, Erica Pierman from William Campbell. That's her second. Lady Generals sixth as a team. It comes with 1:53 left to play in the first.
Boy, that's big for the Colonels. That's the William Campbell sixth. And from here on, they'll be shooting the rest of the half.
Mason, top of the free throw line, dribbles right twice, now gives it up. It's in the left corner, Taylor Kraft. Yeah, they jump all over Taylor Kraft. She is a known outside threat. So is Haley Kraft. She wants to trigger the three. Just a bit too strong. High rebound is still loose. Taylor Kraft had it, and then a William Campbell player fell on her legs. This is going to send Taylor Kraft to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Oscar's trying to point it out to the officials. See who the foul was on. It is the 17th foul on William Campbell. It's a 10-6 ball game. Lady Generals lead by 4. I'm Kyle, and he's Oscar. It's playoff basketball on 105.5 KD Country, a double dip. The foul was the third one on Jasmine Good. Taylor Kraft, first free throw, in and out, would not go. Erica Mabry stuck at the free throw line until the next dead ball. Stuck at the scorer's table, pardon me. Good steps around the defender. 10-foot jumper won't go. Rebound is still loose. Back to your point, Oscar. You got to really be physical inside and pull that basketball into your chest or your gut or extend the elbows in some way because everybody's smacking at it when the rebound comes down.
Well, Brittany Mason's strong enough and tall enough that if she holds the ball up when she gets the rebound, instead of bringing it down, if she'll hold it up, those other players can't get to it, or certainly they're going to have to foul her to get it.
Excellent point. You can hold it up high, too, particularly with Brittany Mason's height. Rosser, turnaround jumper after the spin move is good, and she's fouled. Jasmine Rosser making a statement here in the first quarter of this ball game. It's 12-6 William Campbell lead. Rosser goes back to the free throw line where, to my knowledge, she has not missed here yet this ball game. Probably just jinxed it.
She's 5 for 5.
Make it 6 for 6.
Got a great stroke,
I mean, nothing but nylon. It looks like it's not even coming close to hitting the rim.
It's 2-2-1 full court press. Victoria Burgess just cleared off with her left arm.
She created a little bit of space there.
Hey, that's okay.
As long as they don't call it, right? Mason does hold that one up high from the right post. Caught it, shoveled it in off the backboard and down.
And that's really the first time the Colonels have been aggressive and broken that press and attacked the basket. Nice job with the mismatch.
13-8. William Campbell has turned it over on the inbound. The pass actually hit the backboard and came backward right out of bounds. Mabry will do the honors. She'll inbound underneath the Lady Colonel's scoring bucket. Bounces into Addison Mormon. Mormon off the window for 2. Lady Colonels are trying to charge back in this thing. They trail by 3 now. Under a minute to play. Mason nearly got a steal. Up ahead to Hamlet. Hamlet from the right side, blocked away by Victoria Burgess. But there's the whistle. With 47.2 seconds left, that's a foul on Victoria Burgess. Her first, I believe. 6th on the Lady Colonels as a team.
Carrie Hamlet is smiling all the time. No matter what happens, she'll grin, breaks into a grin. I like it.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. She's a fun player to watch, too. Just, if nothing else, the speed, as you mentioned. I mean, she's always there. She's the same way on the softball field, a very good slap hitter for William Campbell. That's when those left-handers get in the left-handed batter's box and take a running start and try and whack it on the ground and beat it out. Inbound goes to Haley Kraft. She gives it right back up to Erica Mabry. Now it's Brittany Mason across the timeline. 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lady Colonels trail by 5. Left wing goes to Mabry. Mabry steps into a 3, and it's good. The ankle must be feeling okay. Yep, they put 3 up on the board. No, they're trying to get the scorer's table's attention and say it's a 2. They have changed it. It was a long 2. Still a nice shot nonetheless. Mason blocks a Erica Pierman shot, but she is fouled in the process. And Erica Pierman will go to the free throw line and shoot 2 with 17.9 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Even though it was a 2, Oscar, still a positive sign there for Erica Mabry that the ankle feeling good enough to really step into that shot and knock down a nice one.
Yeah, I agree. It looked from this perspective like her foot was on the line. So I think they got that right.
Yep. 15-12. First free throw no good for Pierman. Eleanor Haney is our sound engineer. We popped into Subway earlier. We'll talk about our choices maybe during the Subway halftime show. There's an unorthodox shot attempt that goes down. They're going to wave it off. They're going to say it hit the support wire.
It did.
Up above the basket.
The wire, the pole, it hit several things up there.
Wow.
Shot.
It was an interesting shot attempt from Jasmine Good. I can't believe she got it to go in, but she did. Unfortunately, it can't hit the apparatus. Haley Kraft for 3 knocks it down. That one was a couple feet behind the line, and it's probably going to end the first quarter that way. A tie, 15-15, after the long distance shot from Haley Kraft. We have played one here from Altavista High School. William Campbell and the Lady Colonels all tied at 15. Second quarter on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Well, in the first quarter that was dominated by free throw shooting, turnovers, and some sloppy play, both teams had their moments there in the last 3 minutes, particularly the outside shooting from the Lady Colonels. A foot on the line 2 by Erica Mabry got the Lady Colonels to within 3, and then Haley Kraft tied it up with a 22-footer for 3.
Yeah, nice stroke by both the Kraft kids, and they get that honest from her dad. David has been known to knock down a 3 or 2 in his YMCA career.
Haley Kraft and Taylor Kraft. Haley is a junior. Taylor is a senior. Those two, combined with Erica Mabry, have been the primary outside shooting threats for the Lady Colonels all year. They really, in this second half, have been stroking it well. Lady Colonels have won 10 out of their last 11, Oscar. We probably haven't talked about that enough. Got off to that slow start, lost the first 9. Then when the new year came around, Lady Colonels really started playing well. They won 9 in a row, and as I mentioned, 10 out of their last 11 to finish.
I think that loss was at Dan River, and that was a close ball game. Just fell behind early and couldn't fall back.
That's right. Tried to make a comeback. That was last Monday.
And this is our first look at the Lady Colonels.
Yeah, I caught about 5 minutes of a game, a banked-in 3. You can't even carry on a conversation with the way the Lady Colonels shoot it from outside.
Haley Kraft.
Did she call the bank, though? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it must have. They put 3 points up.
18-15. Lady Colonels have their first lead in a while. I believe it's the first lead since 3-2. Taylor Kraft got tackled over on the far sideline. Jasmine Good fell on her. If that's a foul on Good, that's her 4th. Nothing up on the board yet. They may
that's a tough break.
It is a foul.
Her 4th.
That's Jasmine Good's 4th foul. She really just got tangled up with Taylor Kraft. I don't think there was any intent there.
But she was going for it. The ball was loose. She was going for it and just got tangled up. And that's just a tough situation.
Be interesting to see if Coach Bernie Allen gets her out here with 4 fouls in the first half.
She's on the end of the bench now.
Okay. First free throw converted by Taylor Kraft. 19-15. Lady Colonels now lead by 4. That one off the side of the iron. Rebounded offensively by Addison Moorman. Lady Colonels are back into the offense again very quickly. Moorman at the free throw line. Throws down low to Goggins. Goggins fouled, got hit on the right arm as she was going up. She'll shoot 2 free throws as the shot would not fall with 7:03 left to play in the half.
And really, the Colonels are really starting to pick this zone apart. Great ball movement. They're splitting it. It looks like a 1-3-1. They're splitting it, hitting it into the post, finding the girl down low.
It took them some time to diagnose it, and they were a little bit slow going to get started, but you're right. Seems like they've got the hang of it now. Be interesting to see if Bernie Allen, the head coach for William Campbell, makes a change in the defense or if he tries to ride this out. Goggins knocks down both free throws, 21-15. Lady Colonels up a full 6 points now. They've got their own full court pressure going. Baseball pass knocked away by Taylor Craft and collected by Taylor Craft. She'll set up for three. Line drive is in. Wow, the flat three-point shot by Taylor Craft goes down. Lady Colonels all of a sudden up 9. Working for another steal.
Getting their hands on a lot of balls, playing great defense, great denial right there by Haley Craft as the ball was coming into the post. She did the right thing, used her right hand, got the ball, knocked it out of bounds. Great job defensively.
Yeah, she was giving up quite a bit of size to Sabrina Horn. You're right, she stepped in front, did the only thing she could do as an undersized defender, knock it out of bounds. Double team, here comes Pierman. She'll drive along the baseline and bumped and fouled. That's going to be on number 22, Taylor Craft, for the Lady Colonels. It's a 24-15 Altavista advantage. They lead by 9. Trailed for most of the first quarter, tied it up at the late stages of the end of the first quarter.
Well, that's the 8th team foul on the Colonels.
Third one on Taylor Craft.
Yeah, Pierman would be going to the line shooting 1-and-1 unless she was in active shooting, and I think they called that on the floor.
Whitney Davis back in the ball game for the Lady Colonels. Free throw no good. Rebound grab by Paris Goggins. Victoria Burgess will run it into the front court for the Lady Colonels. Waist high, right hand dribble. Now switches to the left. Picks it up and just flips nonchalantly to the right side of the court to Haley Craft. 6:19 left to play in the second quarter. Goggins calling for the basketball on the baseline. Lady Colonels couldn't get it to her, not yet anyway. Now they find her in the right side of the paint. Throws it off the glass and in. Nice job by Goggins to get free. You can tell she wants the basketball. As she finally gets it, she makes good on the offer and scores it.
Nice job running the offense by Victoria Burgess, who rotated the ball down to the wing, which allowed that feed.
Rosser driving, had it ripped away by Goggins.
She went up for the shot. Goggins was standing there, did textbook. That's textbook on how to play defense. She was in her space, went straight up with her hands, made Rosser come into her.
Loose basketball while Oscar was talking. Horn grabs it. She has to try and rip it away from Addison Mormon, who got in there to try and take the ball. That's a foul on Addison Mormon. 9th one on the Lady Colonels as a team. It's going to be a 1-on-1 situation for Sabrina Horn. Second personal foul on Addison Mormon.
And the Colonels had them in a little bit of trouble as far as the timeline is concerned.
Horn's going to toe the free throw line. Nice wide stance. Fires it up with the right hand. Off the back plate, no good. Paris Goggins has grabbed another rebound. This time off one bounce right under the backboard. Burgess, left-hand dribble into the front court. Nearly traveled and did travel. Knew she got a little bit out of position there.
Well, what happened was she was headed, she was going to throw the ball over to Erica Pierman, and somebody from, she was going to throw the ball over to one of the, couldn't tell who on the wing for the Colonels, but Erica Pierman jumped the route. And it was either going to be a steal or...
It's not just in football that they're jumping the route. Lady Colonels batted out of bounds. It was in the hands of Jordan Elder momentarily for William Campbell. Now she'll go to the baseline and inbound with 5:18 left to play in the second quarter. It's an 11-point Lady Colonel advantage. Guys are on after this. They host Riverheads.
I was getting ready to say the same thing. Stick with us. We got another one after this. We're watching now as the Riverheads Gladiators are coming into the gym.
Yeah, they filed into the gym. The Altavista boys have been sitting behind and to our left pretty much all game watching the Lady Colonels. There's a steal by Victoria Burgess. Short pass up ahead to Haley Craft. Craft gets inside the three-point line, knocks down a 17-footer. The Lady Colonels shooting from distance, Oscar, is pretty special in this game. They got the slow start where they didn't have many field goals, but since then, they've really been knocking it down outside.
Yeah, they really have, and the main one's been Kraft, and of course Erica Mabry knocked down a three.
Rosser up and under move from the right side of the paint. 10-footer would not go down. Rebounded again by Paris Goggins. 28-15. Lady Colonels on top by 13.
Winner of this game plays the winner of Luray and Riverhead, so the Riverhead guys are still here. They may be doing a little scouting here.
That pass thrown out of bounds off the back wall. Carrie Hamlet just a little bit too high on the fastball. 28-15. Lady Colonels advantage.
Boy, the Colonels are on a 13-0 run here in this quarter.
Good point. That's what we pay you the big bucks for, Oscar. You're not the best analyst in the game for nothing. I'm sitting here talking about how it's a 13-point advantage for Altavista. We were tied 15-15 to end the first. You'd think that the play-by-play guy might notice that kind of stuff every now and then.
The math don't lie.
It's game one of the night, though, so maybe I'm just saving up.
What a pass.
Goggins, nice find to Mabry, and Mabry runs it in for two. It was a nice look from Paris Goggins. She's got the size. She kept it up high through the two-hand overhand pass to Erica Mabry.
For somebody who was questionable or even doubtful this morning, Mabry's done a good job.
Sometimes the adrenaline heals
not her usual self.
Burgess, what a look to dump it off down low to Haley Kraft. She even gave a little bit of a head shoulder fake like she was going to go up for the lay-in, and she just left it off on one bounce to the right side of the paint to Haley Kraft. Now a steal by Burgess. Ripped it right away from Rosser.
Look at Hamlet.
She is all alone coming in from the left side. Hamlet tried to challenge and maybe did. Burgess converts anyway. 34-15. It's a 19-0 run in the second quarter. Timeout on the court. Altavista on top with 3:36 left to play in the half on 105.5 KD Country.
You're listening to Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country, WKDE, Altavista, Lynchburg.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Outside shooting, rebounding, defense. Lady Colonels have got everything working now, Big O.
Yeah, they're scoring from the paint. Colonels are really breaking down that zone defense, doing a great job. Have really just taken over this ball game, and it's going to be a long uphill climb for William Campbell from this point forward.
Coach Bernie Allen takes the timeout. Really had no choice on a 19-0 run. William Campbell's in the front court after the timeout. There's another steal for the Lady Colonels. This time it's Erica Mabry. Throws it up ahead to Burgess. Burgess, two-hand pass to Haley Kraft. Kraft will bounce it back to Victoria Burgess. Lady Colonels will slow things down and set up shop.
They had to break, had the secondary break.
In and out, and it rattles home for Haley Kraft in the left corner.
That's her fourth three-pointer. She is en fuego.
Sister Taylor Kraft had a game where she hit 7 earlier this year.
Taylor's hit 1 tonight.
And Haley Kraft looks like she may be trying to eclipse that mark of 7. She stepped into that one and fired. The rush of defenders was coming. Didn't bother her a bit. Brandy Bell has checked into the ball game. So has number 52, Taylor Lee. Lady Colonels lead 37-15. It's a full 22-point advantage. And, yes, we were tied to start this quarter. We've played just over 5 minutes of ball here in the second quarter. And the Lady Colonels have gone on a 22-0 run.
Well, they trailed 10-3.
Yeah.
So it's a 34-5 run overall.
34-5 run. Incredible. Brandy Bell stuck near the timeline, bounces it up ahead to Paris Goggins. Good job. Paris has got it right back and scores it off the bank. Wow, that's pretty textbook on breaking a press there. Goggins popped out up top to help Brandy Bell when she was double-teamed and then sprinted right to the hoop, and Lady Colonels found her for 2.
Well, what happened was they threw the ball over to Kraft, who was sitting on the wing and was cocked and ready to fire, and the player that was underneath had to close. That left Goggins wide open. Nice job of the Colonels converting.
Lady Colonels have got it back after a steal. Lee shovels over to the other side of the paint to Goggins. Goggins can't finish. They throw it up ahead to Carrie Hamlet. She eyes the rim, going in for the right side. Right-hand finish won't go. This ball batted out of bounds. Last touch off Whitney Davis and the Altavista Lady Colonels.
Boy, nice hustle by Haley Kraft on that, getting back in and catching, running Hamlet down. Had an angle, but didn't foul, but it disrupted her shot at any rate.
39-15. Lady Colonels lead by 24. Bell dives on the floor after a loose ball. Jasmine Rosser was already there. Going to call a foul or a jump ball. Officials are going to talk it over and make sure they get it straight.
Actually called timeout.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be interesting to see what the call is here, and I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to give the ball to William Campbell on the possession and call a timeout.
She did call a timeout.
Let's take the timeout with them.
Absolutely.
Colonel's leading here, 39-15. You're listening to 105 KD Country.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Game 1 of 2 for us tonight here from Altavista High School. Guys playing host to Riverheads. It's actually second round Conference 44 action. It's the semifinals, and of course the guys and the gals, number 1 seed, so they had to buy into the semifinals.
Interesting setup in that the girls, the winners, they play again tomorrow night.
Yeah. Bierman's going to step into a long jumper, in and out, no good. There's a rebound by Taylor Lee, nearly lost it, not to the deck, and then she traveled. Jasmine Rosser with a very sportsmanlike move to help her up.
Jasmine Rosser is a very physical ball player.
Yeah, and a good ball player.
She's got great skills, too.
Bierman's going to step into a long 17-footer, knocks it down from the right baseline. Just a mere 10 feet in front of Oscar.
That breaks is probably 6.5, 7-minute drought.
Yep. William Campbell really needed that.
Yeah, they really did.
Goggins going to work off the dribble this time. Sends it along the left baseline to Whitney Davis. Davis back to Paris Goggins. That shot won't go. Got a second chance try at it. Won't go. Taylor Lee picks up the loose ball down near the ground. They'll throw it back up top to Brandy Bell. Bell's going to run the offense, bounce pass right wing to Whitney Davis. It looks like William Campbell's in the man-to-man now, so they did make that adjustment. Goggins, turn around, floating through the lane to her left, and it's good. Paris Goggins has had a very good second quarter.
I was getting ready to say big second quarter, 8 points in the quarter.
A lot of rebounds, too. Goggins is doing some serious work in the paint for the Lady Colonels. 41-17. Here comes another long two, this time by Emma Hansen, won't go. Rebound, it's back to Hansen. Hansen can't get the right-hander to go off the bank. And guess who on the rebound? Paris Goggins for the Lady Colonels. Just over 60 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Bell's going to run the offense again from the point guard spot. Bounces to the right wing to Haley Kraft. Kraft will dribble by her defender and now give it up to Goggins.
Well, they've got Pierman on Kraft, and, boy, she closes on her quickly when the ball comes, but not quickly enough.
Oh, my goodness.
Another three-pointer.
From just left of center, Haley Kraft has knocked down her 5th triple of the evening. And you said it right as she was releasing, Oscar. Not quickly enough. Kraft has got a good stroke, and she's getting some clean looks.
And, by the way, she's got 13 in the quarter.
Wow. Pierman steps into a long two-pointer, won't go. Rebound by Paris Goggins. It's been pretty much the Goggins and Haley Kraft show. Kraft throws it up ahead to Davis. Davis finishes the lay-in for 2. 46-17, Lady Colonels on top. Down to 10 seconds in the half.
Colonels have exploded for 31 here in the second quarter. 31.
Pierman's going to bounce to Hansen. Hansen for 3 at the horn, and it's good. They'll call it a long 2. Still at least something positive to end the half for William Campbell. Altavista, they're on top. They lead 46-19. Subway halftime show on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
Brother needs a pickup, sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And Daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Fellers Chevrolet. Competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Recognized for outstanding service and customer satisfaction, Sonny Merriman Incorporated is Virginia's Platinum Service Thomas-built bus dealer. As Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus distributor, Sonny Merriman Incorporated has been providing buses to schools, churches, medical facilities, and transit agencies for 50 years. Sonny Merriman Incorporated recognized the Altavista boys and girls basketball teams for their outstanding season and wishes them good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels!
Jumpstart your business on a winning note with the Altavista revolving loan. An opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Check in with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis, at Altavista Town Hall. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality, supporting the Altavista Colonels' winning tradition.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
The Subway halftime show has arrived here from Altavista High School. Lady Colonels exploding in the second quarter. They lead 46-19. Hard to believe, but to start that second quarter, we were tied 15-15. One of the bigger outputs in a quarter, Oscar, that you and I have seen, girls, guys, or otherwise. I mean, you dropped 31 in a quarter. It's pretty impressive.
Colonels last year, early in the tournament, had a huge quarter, dropped, I think, 42 on Lunenburg or somebody early. So I can't
Middlesex.
remember. It was Middlesex.
Part of the half of history. I call
42
it.
or something?
Yeah, I believe it was 42, yeah.
But still, you dropped 31, and we'll run down some stats after we do the special interview that we've got recorded here. But
yeah, we got a chance to catch up with Hank Frazier. If you don't know Hank Frazier, he works at the Altavista Chamber of Commerce, but not only that, a big Colonel fan. He's a Colonel alumni, and it's a great story, folks. He still plays in the Altavista Pep Band. So we'll get Hank to talk about that. Let's step aside for a quick timeout, do that. We'll bring it back to the stats, and it'll be time for the third quarter before you know it between William Campbell and Altavista. Lady Colonels on top, 46-19. You're hearing it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels, Colonels, hey, let's go, Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Lady Colonels One-Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication, teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One-Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
Quality, performance, value. When it comes to tires, no one is as obsessive as the designers and engineers at Michelin. We all expect tires to perform at their very best. So whether it's smooth riding Michelin cross-country terrain SUV tires, rugged Michelin LTX series of truck tires, or the premier passenger car performance of Michelin Hydro Edge tires, the name Michelin means you'll get the most out of your vehicle. When it's time to switch to Michelin, come to Perkins Twin Tire and Auto Service, Main Street, Altavista.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
An episode of Colonel Conversations here at halftime finds us talking with Mr. Hank Frazier, a longtime colonel, member of the community, and a bunch of other things, and we'll find out right now. Mr. Frazier, first off, thanks for stopping by. You do a lot of work with the Altavista Chamber of Commerce and with Habitat for Humanity. Discuss those things and the other things that keep you occupied during the day.
Well, the Chamber I've been doing ever since we moved back here in '96, and we have our annual dinner coming up, and that will be my 20th annual dinner, I believe.
Is that all?
If I can add that much, yeah. I do that, and I do Habitat. I think they're all worthwhile, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to do them.
Yeah, and we're certainly glad that you're a part of those things. Tell us about now one of the main reasons we're talking to you. I won't say the only reason, but one of the main reasons, your participation in the Altavista High School Pep Band. Most of the other members are students, but Mr. Frazier, we know you're young at heart. Is that the main reason you're out there?
I enjoy doing it. It's a great group of kids to work with, and they all have been very fortunate to have the band directors we've had. They've all been great.
Tell us about your musical background a little bit. You play the trombone with the pep band. Talk about that and any other musical tidbits you want to throw at us.
Well, I started with the trombone in the 5th grade, which is as soon as you could do it, and did it all through elementary and high school and even college and even just a short period of time in the Navy.
Now, are you still practicing on a regular basis, or can you kind of just go out there and read the sheet music and fake it a little bit? Do you have to work on your chops before the games?
My goodness, you've watched me, haven't you? No, to practice, yes, the prep band does practice, and I practice with them. Some of the things that we play, I've been playing since I the whole time I've been with them, but most band directors pick their own music and choose it, and we play different things as we go along.
Now, do the band directors kind of treat you as an assistant coach? I mean, are you helping the young guys out, saying, no, that's a half note there, that's a quarter note, that kind of thing? Or do you pretty much just leave them alone and let them do their thing?
I kind of leave them alone, let them do their thing, although the band director couches me as an assistant band director.
Right.
But there's some really talented kids in that band, and I think it's more the other way around, that they help me. This is third position, not second. Just keep that in mind, that kind of thing. So,
well, learning never stops, even as you get older. Tell us about the excitement that you feel playing with the band, because on the broadcast, we try and describe the band and the energy they bring, and certainly the light show's part of it and the crowd. But give us your perspective from up there of the feeling in the gymnasium on a Friday or a Tuesday night for Colonel basketball.
If anybody listening hasn't come to a game, you need to come and experience it in Altavista, and only in Altavista do you find this kind of thing. We travel a lot with the band, and most of the places we go, even the bigger schools, there is no such thing as a pet band for their basketball team. The kids are great. I cannot say enough about them. Not only are they very talented, they're well behaved. They cheer the team on. You may notice, some of you that have been around when we do this, when they go to shoot the foul shots, almost everybody is raising their instrument in support of the guy shooting or the gal shooting.
Yeah, it's great stuff. Tell us about your sports background. We know your brother Ed was a very good ball player, and now he helps coach the Lady Colonels basketball team. What about you, Hank? Were you a big sports guy growing up, and same way now?
Well, I played football starting with Little League and moved up into high school and played there. After that, my talent really started to show, and I didn't play any more football.
Okay, then after your football career ended, you found your way into the Navy, and tell us about your service there. You had a funny story about a TV interview you once did. You don't have to share that whole thing. Hopefully this hasn't been nearly as bad as that.
Well, since you ask, let me back up and start here. After graduating from college, 3 weeks later, I was on active duty in the Navy and wound up doing 27 years with it. So I kind of liked it, or got stuck with it, whichever way you'd like to say it. And going back to what I did have a interview not near as pleasant as the one we're doing now, and kind of got blindsided by a reporter in Atlanta. But that's enough said about that. Let's talk about good stuff like the band and the Colonels and that kind of thing.
Yeah. You told me they turned it into sort of a political thing. We won't do that here. All right, final question. Maybe it pertains to the future. How long do you see yourself out there with the pep band? I guess the answer is probably going to be as long as you feel like it. But let us behind the curtain a little bit. Give us some indication.
Well, I've been very fortunate. Each year I've done this, they've asked me back the next year, and if they continue to ask me back if I can physically do it, I'll be there because I really enjoy it.
Well, you're in great shape. You guys sound good as always. Hank, thanks for stopping by. That's Hank Frazier, member of the Altavista Pep Band, and the most seasoned veteran on the Pep Band. Back with more basketball after this on 105.5 KD Country.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Brought to you by English Construction Company, with offices in Lynchburg.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Third quarter already underway. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Oscar Briggs. Agent Zero has some stats for us that we'll get to next time the basketball bounces out of bounds, or maybe a free throw. It's Lady Colonel's ball to start the third quarter. 7:40 left to play in the third quarter. It's a 46-19 Lady Colonel advantage. We were tied at the end of the first quarter. Lady Colonels had an outstanding output in the second.
Boy, it looks like the William Campbell's back in a 2-3 zone.
Kraft driving in left baseline. Shot floats up to the rim, won't go down. There's a rebound collected at the free throw line by Carrie Hamlet. Hamlet in and out of traffic. Now she'll just shovel off and accidentally throws it out of bounds into her own bench.
Real quick here from the first half. Addison Moorman with 5, Whitney Davis with 2. Hedley Kraft with 19. That's right, 19. Taylor Kraft with 4. Erica Mabry with 4, Victoria Burgess with 2, Paris Goggins with 8, and Brittany Mason with 2. For William Campbell, it was Emma Hansen with 2, Carrie Hamlet with 4, Pierman with 3, and Jasmine Rosser with 10.
7:05 left to play. Obviously, the big output there from Haley Kraft featured 5 3-pointers. Sister Taylor's going to try a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound stuck back up and in by
Brittany Mason. And she absolutely did what we talked about in the first half that she didn't do. She got that rebound, kept her hands up, and went straight back up with it. No power dribble, which is a pet peeve of mine.
We saw Paris Goggins use that very successfully one time, keeping the ball up high. Davis thinking about a long 2 from the right wing. Instead, two-hands it to Victoria Burgess. Burgess sends it over to the left wing to Kraft. Now in the left corner to Mason. Kraft's going to run through some screens. A set play coming up, pardon me, to try and free Kraft for the 3-pointer.
Hey, how good is it when you scored 19 in the first half and you're sitting on the bench at the beginning of the second half?
Yeah, a nice luxury as a coach to have, too, right? Well, I got somebody that scored 19, but I'm not going to start her this half. I'm going to bring her in off the bench as a weapon. Mason in trouble. Bullet pass to Whitney Davis, who knocks down the silky smooth 15-footer. Whitney Davis with a very nice shot. Another nice assist from Brittany Mason. The bigs for Altavista pass so well, Oscar.
Well, they do, and they've done a great job breaking that zone down, too. They penetrate, get the ball in the middle, and do a nice job feeding that ball back out to the open spot. This is a very well-coached team. It's hard to believe that at the beginning of the year they went 0-8. I don't get it.
Well, Coach Spencer mentioned there was the injuries. There was the slow start from getting some people back from volleyball. There was a little bit of everything. And she said off the air, I'll tell you honestly, we found some creative ways to lose. She took some of the blame herself, too. But 3-pointer on the way from Taylor Kraft. We'll have to finish that thought in a second.
Well, not to mention that they played a tough schedule early as well.
You're playing the Rustburgs and the Brookvilles of the world. Liberty in there as well, some 3A schools. It's not an easy task early in the year for Altavista. William Campbell in the front court. That was a spinning shot from Jasmine Good that would not go in. Brittany Mason on the rebound. Now she'll toss off to Victoria Burgess.
Nice pass from Victoria up front.
Mormon can't finish from the left side. This rebound is still loose. Jasmine Rosser grabs it for William Campbell.
Buddy, Dave Wall's in the building.
Dave Wall's in the house from SET 13. Yeah. Some footage from this one. Some footage from the guys, hopefully. It's going to be a good playoff run. I mean, don't count your chickens before they hatch. The Lady Colonels and the guys both have to win tonight to extend the postseason. Right now, Lady Colonels look pretty good in that regard. They lead 50-19. Nice skip pass over the defense. Horn cannot convert.
Boy, she was not happy she missed that. She's gonna foul somebody. She was.
Victoria Burgess going to left-hand dribble into the front court, and she is fouled by Carrie Hamlet. This will send, pardon me, not a shooting foul. It was on the floor. It's the second one on Carrie Hamlet. Second one on William Campbell's team. Taylor Kraft going to fire another 3. Won't go in. Mormon had position, but Horn did a nice job to take it away. And William Campbell has the basketball after a foul on the rebound. I believe they got Addison Mormon with it. Yep, that's Addison Mormon's third. Addison's mom is normally one of our biggest fans, Oscar. She attends the girls' games and listens to the guys' games because brother Chancellor Mormon on the guys' team. Interestingly enough, she's taking up tickets right now, so she's not doing either. She doesn't get to do either.
Yeah, no, I saw her in there, and I'm like, what in the world? I said, you do all of it and sell tickets? And she said, yeah, she said, just by the way, you going to mention me on the radio tonight? I said, we absolutely will. And she said, well, somebody in Roanoke was listening and mentioned to say, hey, you're a celebrity. We heard you mentioned on the radio.
Fabulous stuff. Love it when they're listening in Roanoke. Got a shout-out to Danny Barber. He's listening on Broad Street in Altavista. His mother actually came by and introduced herself. Nice lady. Speaking of a nice lady, Sabrina Horn with points inside for William Campbell. Makes it a 50-21 Altavista lead.
Breaking the press, penetrate right to the middle to Brittany Mason. She feeds the ball out to the wing. I mean, this is a very, very well coached from a you look at the X's and O's, and they do everything right.
They really do. Lady Colonels will inbound. It's Taylor Kraft going to do the honors. Altavista stacks up near the free throw line. Two-hand chest pass into Whitney Davis. Now it's up right of center to Victoria Burgess. Under 4 to play now in the third quarter. 50-21 Altavista on top. Mason grabs it at the free throw line, looks around. There's a pass too high in the second row. So it's Coach Deborah Spencer with a bewildered look on her face and now a half smile.
It went 5 rows up. It was, it sailed over the bench. It sailed over Coach Spencer, and she was kind of like, Brittany Mason's even laughing on the bench.
Coach Spencer looked into the stands. I think she was looking to see if there was somebody in an Altavista jersey up there that maybe Brittany Mason was trying to throw it to. I think the pass might have just slipped out of Mason's hands, honestly. William Campbell basketball. Erica Pierman on the driving layup. That'll go in from 7 feet on the right edge of the paint. 50-23. William Campbell on a little mini run here. And even though Coach Spencer had a smile on her face on the errant pass, I'm sure seeing the Generals claw their way back into this one is not going to make her that happy. Taylor Craft, another 3 ball. This time it's good from the left wing. Knocks it down right in front of the bench.
3 more, she'll catch her sister.
You think that might have got mentioned in the locker room at halftime between the sisters there?
Absolutely not.
Very competitive family, I imagine. That it was most certainly mentioned, possibly as soon as they got in the locker room. Rosser fires off balance off the window and down. 53-25.
After 10 points in the first, that's her first basket here in the second half.
Long pass. Goggins gets it at the three-point line, touches it right back to Whitney Davis. Again, very impressed with the passing. Goggins over to Taylor Craft, another three-pointer. This one high rebound, collected by Sabrina Horn in the paint. Throws it up ahead to Rosser. Rosser, 1-on-2, fast break. Flips to Carrie Hamlet coming in from the left side. Hamlet is fouled by Victoria Burgess. This is going to send the Lady Generals to the free throw line. Carrie Hamlet will do the honors and shoot 2 with 2:28 left to play in the third.
That's Victoria's second foul.
It's a 28-point lead for the Lady Colonels. They had a 31-point second quarter. Second quarter featured so much scoring, Oscar and I didn't even get a chance to remind you about the KD Country Radio Auction, 9 a.m. Saturday, February 27th. Over $10,000 worth of outstanding merchandise will be auctioned off to the highest bidder, Mr. Briggs. It's a lot of merchandise.
That is a lot of merchandise.
Food certificates, a trimmer from Phillips Equipment.
I'd be willing to bet you there's some Miller's Jewelry stuff.
I think there's some Miller's Jewelry, absolutely. They're big basketball fans. They're probably listening right now,
I guarantee you, Lyndon Glenn probably listening. They usually are on board and listening, whether it's the boys, girls, football. They're usually here for home games. A lot of things going on with them, and certainly appreciate their contributions to Colonel's basketball and certainly to the radio auction.
Don't forget Beamer.
Oh, yeah, you got to love Beamer.
Jump shot there by Erica Pierman will not go down.
Sometimes you see Beamer when you go in the shop, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, Beamer's fickle. He operates on his own schedule. He doesn't, I don't know how they get him to do those radio ads.
I was getting the same thing. I don't know how they get him to do the commercials.
Treats, stuff like that. Basketball out of bounds.
Sounded a little feeble there. I'm not sure y'all fed him. But anyway, back to the game. 2:07 remaining in the third quarter. Colonel's leading 53-26. They've gotten a little bit sloppy here.
Some turnovers again. It feels like maybe the start of the first quarter where we saw those turnovers. There's another turnover as Pierman was trying to throw it down low to Jasmine Good along the far baseline and could not connect. Altavista basketball in the backcourt, full court pressure from William Campbell. Lady Colonels will break it. It's up ahead to Addison Mormon. Mormon holds it with 2 hands. Now she'll use a left-hand dribble, passing backwards to Brandy Bell. Bell's going to attack the three-point line, bounces off to Haley Craft. Craft cross court to Whitney Davis. Davis looking inside. Goes to the free throw line to Goggins. Look out, Haley Craft for 3. She is fouled by Sabrina Horn. Shot would not go in. Horn made sure of that with the hard foul as Craft hit the deck. It'll be 3 foul shots.
It was a hard foul, boy. Closed and didn't let up.
Well, as you said earlier, you got to you got to be ready for some physical stuff when you get in this ball game. Haley Craft sinks the first free throw. 54-26, Lady Colonels extend the lead.
Last time at the William Campbell girls and guys, last time the guys played, it got very physical.
Yeah, both of those games against William Campbell were physical, William Campbell in action tonight against Luray on the guys' side. Luray is the 2 seed, William Campbell the 3 seed, Altavista the 1 seed.
And Haley Craft said, okay, you're going to foul me. I'm going to knock down all 3 free throws.
Three the hard way.
That's right.
56-26, Lady Colonels lead back to 30. Hard to believe we were tied at 15 to end the first quarter. It's been all Colonels since then. pull-up jump shot from Erica Pierman. Not too strong. Falls in. And it hit the back iron, bounced straight up, hit the front iron, then somehow just crept back in over it and went down the hole for 2.
Yep.
Traveling violation, a double dribble to be specific there on Brandy Bell.
Same thing happened again, is she was going to throw the ball, and Carrie Hamlet jumped that route, and she just stopped and then put the ball back on the floor.
56-28, Lady Colonels lead. 1 minute left to play in the third quarter. This is Erica Pierman. Moving slowly to her right, gives off to Jasmine Good. Good knocks down the 18-foot two-pointer from the left wing.
I mean, showing some range there.
Whitney Davis going to bring it into the front court for the Lady Colonels. Now up ahead, it's Brandy Bell. Bell will flip off to Haley Kraft. Haley Kraft's just going to hold it and make the William Campbell defense come out and guard her.
I would too.
30 seconds left. Yeah, I mean, Lady Colonels lead by a full 26 points. Really no need to score unless William Campbell's going to force the issue. Davis in trouble on the far sideline. Gets out of it with a pass to Brandy Bell. Now it's back over to Haley Kraft. Kraft about 5 feet in front of the half-court stripe. Down to 10 seconds. Now it looks like the Lady Colonels might want to start. 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Brandy Bell looks at the clock. She'll drive, cut off, and now the pass is lost. Sabrina Horn going the other way. At the horn for 2 and can't get it to go in. That will end the third quarter. 8 more minutes of regulation ball. William Campbell trailing. It's Altavista 56, William Campbell 30. Fourth quarter on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Fourth quarter about to get underway from Altavista. After this game, we'll have the Subway pregame show for the boys. We'll get to hear from head coach Troy Harrison. Right into
Subway postgame show for this one.
Subway postgame / pregame.
And then you have the Subway pregame show. How do they differentiate?
You want to differentiate. Okay. All right. If it was like hockey, we could call it the intermission report.
Hey, Colonels, if you coach Spencer, Colonels lost a little focus. Got outscored 11-10. If you coach Bernie Allen, you got to say, hey guys, we won the quarter. Let's win this one too. You're kind of setting the table for next year. But if you coach Spencer, you got to say, guys, we got to keep our foot on the gas and continue to compete and not let up the fact that you got a 26-point lead. We still got to win.
Right. Coach Spencer has big aspirations for this team, and I think the girls have the same aspirations. They want to go deep. They know they're capable. Hamlet will fire a 2 off the backboard. Loose ball controlled by Jasmine Rosser, pardon me. That shot won't go. Second chance try for William Campbell won't go. Brittany Mason now with the rebound. She's in trouble. Double teamed, and then a foul on somebody from William Campbell. It's on the floor after the rebound. Back to your point, if you're Bernie Allen, a little bit of it is about next year.
They're calling that an offensive foul on Brittany Mason for clearing her elbows.
Tough situation there for Brittany Mason.
Well, the two officials got together and talked about it. And
Mason feels like she's being fouled, and she's trying to get some space. Going to pull her out of the game. The referee is gesturing at Brittany Mason like she needs to come out. It's just her third foul. There wasn't a technical foul or anything. Now they're going to go over to the scorer's table and talk about it. Now he says, okay, you can stay.
I think the confusion came with the number 44.
Okay.
Because if that's Jasmine Good, that is her fifth.
Good point.
And I think that's where the confusion came.
I think you're absolutely right. Great job by Oscar Briggs to diagnose that, read the body language. There's a steal from Taylor Kraft, and now Kraft is fouled by Erica Pierman. Yeah, good deduction there by you. Did you ever think about becoming a police officer, detective, investigator?
No, I'm usually on the other side. Oh, man. Just kidding.
Edit that part out of the tape.
Just kidding.
Lady Colonels lost the basketball on the far sideline, but it was poked out of bounds by Jasmine Rosser. Let me get back to your point as I got interrupted there. I was talking about head coach Bernie Allen for William Campbell. He's been coaching hard the whole time. Some of it's pride, some of it's next year. The other part of it is if all of a sudden maybe you have a 10 or 12-point run and you look up and say, hey, we're not out of this all of a sudden. So there's multiple reasons for William Campbell to play hard here with 7:19 left to play in the fourth quarter.
Well, sure, and he's got some. He's got a lot of juniors on this team.
Yep.
So you want to get them involved and keep them competing as well. I mean, the seniors, this is it for them.
There's 3 seniors on the roster for William Campbell. Here's one of them firing the long two. That was Jasmine Good. Won't go. Addison Mormon with the rebound, just going to dribble it out of trouble.
Yeah. That is her 5th foul, and she will go sit down.
Jasmine Good's night is done early, and as I mentioned, she is a senior. A couple people stood and applauded. Nice game for Jasmine Good. She got saddled with 4 fouls in the first half. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah, she picked up that 4th before Allen had a chance to get her out of the game, so it's always a difficult situation. Especially as a senior when you foul out your last game in a blowout.
Yeah, especially in a game that's a win-or-go-home type of game. 3-pointer good from Taylor Craft in front of the bench again. The Craft sisters continue to rein it in from long distance. Wow, 59-30. Lady Colonels back up a full 29 points.
She's inching in on her sister. She's only 2 behind. But, hey, 8 3-pointers between the Craft sisters.
Very impressive stuff. There's a foul on the Lady Colonels. That's the 4th one on the other number 44, Brittany Mason.
That's her 4th.
Yeah. Going to have to replace the 4 bulbs up there in the scoreboard.
Yeah,
Mason will come out.
That may be a good number to run down and play the Virginia Education Lottery with. A 444.
Support these young people and the teachers. Zone defense, it looks like, for Altavista. Rosser, fadeaway jumper from 15 feet, won't go. There's Carrie Hamlin on the backside rebound. One-hand bounce pass to Rosser, just right of center behind the 3-point line. Guarded by Addison Mormon, but Mormon's giving her a bit of a cushion. She throws in the corner Erica Pierman. Pierman will fire the long 2, in and out, no good. Rebound captured by Victoria Burgess. Burgess going to angle to her left, now back to her right. Overhead pass to Taylor Craft, gets it into front court. We've got under 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. 59-30, Lady Colonels on top.
Victoria Burgess showing a lot of patience here.
Burgess has been the point guard for the Lady Colonels for 3 years now. She's really is the quarterback on the court there for Altavista.
And she was also the setter on the volleyball team and was a quarterback for that team as well.
Coach Spencer seems to like that combo, I think.
Yeah, he does.
Bounce it down low, right side. Goggins in off the window for 2.
Nice
61-30.
Nice speed from Mormon as well.
You really do have to be impressed with the Lady Colonels that passed. I mean, take out that first 2 or 3 minutes of the first quarter. It was a little sloppy there.
And I'm going to say something, and I don't mean this to be derogatory, but I'm going to say it anyway. This Colonels version is not the most athletic team. They don't have a lot of length. They don't have a ton of height. They're not going to wear you down with their speed. But, boy, they're well coached. Yep. They're fundamentally sound. They move the ball well. They run their offense. They play tough D. I've been impressed.
I have, too, and I think you're right. I think they make a point to do some of those little things and some of the fundamentals better because they're not as athletic. I mean, it's not the team that had Sydney Morris and some of those gals that could really run and jump and just blow you out of the gym with the speed and the leaping ability, like you said. But these girls are smart. They can play, they can shoot, and they can really pass. Second free throw converted by Jasmine Rosser for William Campbell. She continues the hot hand.
She hadn't missed from the free throw line.
That's pretty impressive stuff. Almost got a steal there, but Goggins was 1 step in front of her. Davis wants to go back inside to Paris Goggins. Goggins up for 2 and is fouled right side of the paint. She'll try her hand at some free throws. On the court right now for the Lady Colonels, Taylor Lee, Whitney Davis, Paris Goggins, Taylor Craft, and Victoria Burgess. Haley Craft has just got to be itching over there on that bench to get back in and shoot some more threes.
I'm itching for her to sit back on the court and
right.
shoot some more threes.
Feelings mutual. 4:59 left to play.
I think she's done for the night.
I think you may be right. Taylor Craft has exited the game. Brandy Bell checks in her place. 62-32. Lady Colonels on top by 30. Make that 31 as Goggins cans both free throws. Jasmine Rosser going to call out a set play as she walks it into the front court for William Campbell. I'm Kyle. He's Oscar. We're going to stick around for boys basketball action right after this. Subway post-game show, then the pregame show. Oscar said we need to separate those two. And then it'll be Altavista taking on Riverheads, Conference 44 semifinal action. Winner of that one does get a berth into the regional playoffs, just like the winner of this one does. Goggins, turn around, moving to her left, count it from 4 feet away, middle of the paint, and one. Ferris Goggins continues to have a very nice ball game.
The thing is with this zone, she's able to find that little gap down low, and she's pinning the defender on her back, and she's right 4 or 5 feet. And with her height, you're not going to stop her if you give her that much and let her post up that low.
Sinks the next free throw as well. Good job by Paris Goggins to extend the lead for the Lady Colonels. 66-32. William Campbell has continued to play hard this entire game. Coach Bernie Allen continues to coach hard over there from the far sideline. I don't think he sat down all night. Up on his feet. Yelling instructions. There's a foul on the shot attempt by Jasmine Rosser. Is it like a perfect game, Oscar? I mean, can you mention it, or is there a risk of jinxing it? I'm talking about it right now. We've talked about it. We're just reporting the facts. We're not jinxing anything. She missed it. She misses, just as I was saying that. Jasmine Rosser had not missed from the free throw line all night.
There's no such thing as an announcer's jinx, or so they say.
I believe she was 8 for 8 before that. Now she's 8 for 9.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, 9 for 10. Does sink the second one. Hey, like I said, we're just reporting the facts. And the fact is, Jasmine Rosser still a very, very good free throw shooter, even though she did miss one.
9 out of 10. You got guys making $10, $12 million a year that can't do that.
Oh,
I mean, I'm serious.
Close to that. I agree, yeah.
What a
nice
feed.
look inside. Goggins finishes it. It was a fresh player off the bench for the Lady Colonels, number 24, LaShawna Scott, with the good eyes to see Goggins wide open underneath. Nice assist by Scott.
9 points in the quarter for Goggins. She's really taken over.
Pierman driving in from the right baseline, as she has done so often. Fouled in the shot attempt. Shot never got to the rim, but she'll go to the free throw line. On the court right now for the William Campbell Lady Generals, Erica Pierman, who shoots the free throws, Jordan Eller, Carrie Hamlet, Jasmine Rosser, and Sabrina Horn.
Pierman misses the first.
Into the ball game now is Tanya Roberts for William Campbell. Her first action of the night. Goggins checks out for the Lady Colonels. Jasmine Kusimini in the ball game now. She is a foreign exchange student for the Lady Colonels. I believe she did get in one other time in this game. We might.
She was in earlier.
Scott in trouble, just hands it off to Whitney Davis, who sprinted in to relieve her. Back to LaShawna Scott. Scott now to Taylor Lee. Lee can't finish from the left side. It rolled around and nearly dropped in. Rebounded by Sabrina Horn. Erica Pierman in a hurry going the other way. Dribbling down the far sideline. Stops, picks up the dribble, throws it off to Jasmine Rosser. Rosser to the right elbow. Jump shot from 16 feet won't go down. Rebounded by Sabrina Horn. Fresh possession for William Campbell with 3:05 left to play in the fourth quarter. Rosser fading away to her right. The leaner won't go. Rebounded by the Lady Colonels.
Sabrina Horn, just a sophomore.
There's some talent there. She was the one that you were saying is not 5'3".
No.
She is listed at 5'3" on the...
Maybe I'm wrong. Is she 5'3"?
No, I think she's about 5'7" or 5'8". Shoot, I'm 5'10". She might be 5'10".
Yeah, there's no
stand
way.
Beside her. Bucket converted by Whitney Davis. 70-34. Lady Colonels extend the lead. 2.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Make sure you join us for the guys after this one. Erica Pierman works around a screen from Rosser, now double team. Throws it to Rosser in the mid-post. Rosser moving to her right. Shot hit the backboard and then a piece of the rim, but wouldn't go in. There's a jump ball, mutual possession tie-up. Down low, possession arrow favors Altavista. Callie Hill in the ball game now, and so is Alyssa Fox for Altavista. They join Jasmine Kusimini and Brandy Bell and LaShawna Scott. There's a turnover for the Lady Colonels. Rosser driving in. Lay-in was too strong. Second chance try by Tanya Roberts won't go. Brandy Bell has the rebound. Bell was going to bring it up the near sideline. Now she'll reverse course and go all the way across court. In and out of dribblers. It's like weaving through the cones there on the driving course. Scott dribbles inside the three-point line. Fans urging her to shoot. Instead, she passes. Mid-post now. Here comes Jasmine Kusemini for two. The whole bench got excited. They wanted to see her make it. Couldn't get it to go in. Gosh, did you see Coach Spencer jumping up and down?
She still got 6 inches of hop left in her.
Rare to see Coach Spencer with that display of excitement there. They wanted the exchange student to get a bucket. Into the ball game now is Autumn Roach for the Lady Colonels. Maybe Jasmine will get another crack at it here in the last 90 seconds. Have to find out if she's scored yet this year. I'm going to ask Coach Spencer that. Rebounded by the Lady Colonels. They lost it momentarily. Roach picks it up. Roach will sprint it up the far sideline. Then she lost it. Ripped out of there by Jasmine Rosser. Rosser couldn't control, and it's out of bounds. Altavista basketball. With 1:20 left to play in the ball game, they'll inbound on the far sideline. Guys are on after this. I know we've mentioned it a few times. Country music fans, we apologize to you. We'll have some music on. The honky-tonk. Oh, here's Kusemini inside again, and she's fouled. Going to go to the free throw line. Everybody on the Lady Colonels bench hops up. They've all got big smiles on their faces. Jasmine Kusemini, the 5'8" senior exchange student, will toe the free throw line and shoot a pair. First one's up and off the back iron. No good. It was online, just a bit too strong.
A little quick for me. But, hey, there's a ton of excitement on the bench.
Second one was a little short. Rebounded by the Lady Colonels. We got a second chance try here. Roach jump pass to the top of the key to Brandy Bell. Bell's going to back up towards the midcourt stripe and reset things. 60 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Roach lost it for a second.
Yeah, whistle getting a little loose here, or tight, or whatever you want to call it.
Whatever the term is, they're not being blown
70 to 34, Colonels lead. And, I think the refs are, they're wanting this thing to be over.
They bounce it into Kusemini inside the three-point line. Now here's a three-point shot by Kalia Hill. She knocks it down. That brings the bench to their feet. Three ball good. Even some of the guys getting excited about that one as they're waiting to take the court for their pregame warm-ups. We got 35 seconds left here from Altavista in this one.
Actually,
73-34.
Fox and Hill, for some reason, have switched jerseys tonight.
Oh, okay. So I've been misidentifying.
That was really Elisa Fox. Pierman knocks down the three-pointer.
18 seconds left to play in the ball game. Lady Colonels are going to win this one and advance on to region play. Also the Conference 44 Championship. That'll be here tomorrow night. We'll have it live on 105.5 KD Country. Start time for that one scheduled for 6 o'clock. Subway pregame show will be on around 5:45. They just look up at the clock and hold on to it. It's a Lady Colonels win after a big second quarter and a good finish. They defeat William Campbell 73-36. Subway postgame show on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Colonels, hey, let's go, Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Lady Colonels one-stop mart, Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication and teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One Stop Mart, Main Street, Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
Quality, performance, value. When it comes to tires, no one is as obsessive as the designers and engineers at Michelin. We all expect tires to perform at their very best. So whether it's smooth riding Michelin cross-country terrain SUV tires, rugged Michelin LTX series of truck tires, or the premier passenger car performance of Michelin Hydro Edge tires, the name Michelin means you'll get the most out of your vehicle. When it's time to switch to Michelin, come to Perkins Twin Tire and Auto Service, Main Street, Altavista.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Subway postgame show has arrived. Lady Colonel's a big winner in this one. 73-36. Game was tied to end the first quarter in Altavista with a 31-point second quarter. That was pretty much all she wrote. A little bit of back-and-forth basketball there in the second half. William Campbell showed some good fight. Lady General's season is done. Altavista advances on to both the regionals and Conference 44 championship action. That will be tomorrow night here from Altavista. Oscar, they will play the winner of Luray and Riverheads. That game's going on in Riverheads right now.
Yeah, and I think that's a 6 o'clock start for that game as well, Kyle. So Cardinals fans making on out for that game. Good brand of basketball. Hey, they played well tonight. And again, they're not number one seed without a reason. So
yeah, they've won 10 out of their last 11, so you have to feel like they're peaking at the right time. Again, a Coach Deborah Spencer-led squad is always going to be fundamental. They're always going to get after it. And let's not forget, these Lady Colonels have a boatload of seniors, too, that have quite a bit of experience. Whitney Davis, Victoria Burgess, Erica Mabry, and Brittany Mason, all seniors. Throw in the exchange student Jasmine Kusemini in there as well. Oscar, ready for some post-game statistics for the Lady Colonels?
Yeah, finally got my pen working. So,
is that the one I stole? Is that why it wasn't working?
That's exactly the reason. We're going to blame it on you. First, let's go with William Campbell. Sabrina Horn with 2, Emma Hansen with 2, Carrie Hamlet with 5, Erica Pearman with 10, Jasmine Rosser with 15, and Jasmine Good with 2. Boy for the Colonels. Addison Mormon with 5. Whitney Davis with 4. Haley Kraft with 22. Taylor Kraft with 10. Elisa Fox with 3. Erica Mabry with 4. Victoria Burgess with 2. Paris Goggins with 17. Brittany Mason with 4. Taylor Lee with 2. Total of 73 for the Colonels.
Nice to see Mabry get out there, too. We weren't sure if she was going to play. She didn't play a lot. Part of that, I think, was the Lady Colonels didn't need her, so Coach Spencer said just rest up the ankle and take some time.
I mean, we were talking to her dad, right, during warm-ups, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. She left the house with a boot this morning. Now she's dressed out. So we really thought that it was probably doubtful that she was going to play. She played. Wasn't real mobile, but, hey, in the long run, didn't need her, and the few minutes she did play, she did the usual Erica Mabry stuff.
Yeah, it was probably good. She got quite a bit of rest, but did still get some shots up and keep the shooting stroke working. So all things considered, probably worked out pretty well. Let's go Radio Shack Player of the Game time very quickly. Then we'll shift gears over to the boys. They're in the midst of their warm-ups right now. I have a feeling I know how this is going to go. I think I know you well enough. I know what happened in the game. But let's get it going. I'll kick it off first for the Lady Generals. I am going to go with number 34, Jasmine Rosser, 15 points. We jinxed her from the free throw line. She was still 9 of 10. Good shooter, good player, and she will be back next year for the Lady Generals.
Yeah, I enjoyed.
Pardon me, she will not. She's a senior. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I enjoyed watching her play. And she's rough, she's tough, she's got a nice touch, hustles. But I'm going a different route. I'm going Erica Pearman. Pearman did a good job on the floor, played well defensively, and really, hustled, was able to get some rebounds. Did a little bit of it all tonight. So I'm going to go, just for the sake of being different, I'm going with Erica Pearman.
I like it. I think we got two really solid choices here for the Lady Colonels. So why don't I pick one and you pick the other? Who do you want to go with first?
I was going to go with co-pick, but
okay.
But this works
Let's
fine.
do that. Let's however you want to do it. Let's just throw it right out there. Paris Goggins and Haley Kraft.
Yeah,
right?
those are the two.
Okay.
And certainly during that big 31-point quarter, Haley Kraft exploded, hitting 3 threes, 13 points overall. Paris Goggins, the fourth quarter, had a great, she had 8 in that big quarter. So, between those two kids, out of the 31, 21 of them came from Goggins and Kraft. So I think you got to certainly give it to those two young ladies, and that makes it easy for us.
Yeah, let's do it that way. We'll both go with co-picks. Co-Radio Shack players of the game, Paris Goggins and Haley Kraft.
Oh, and by the way,
yep,
they're both back next year.
They are both back next year. You're right. As if it wasn't dangerous enough. We'll wrap up the Subway post-game show here. 73-36, Lady Colonels win. Let's shift gears and go to the guys' side. Now it's time to talk about the Riverheads Gladiators, and let's do so with head coach Troy Harris. He'll talk about the Altavista Colonels and their win over Gretna. Last time we saw the Colonels was in action last Tuesday. They defeated the Hawks down in Gretna. Let's hear from the head coach here on the Subway pregame show. It's Altavista, it's Riverheads, it's a Conference 44 semifinal, and you'll hear it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
I'm Jeff Walker of First National Bank and the manager at our Main Street branch in Altavista. Did you know that local bankers have a lot more at stake in taking better care of you? You see, helping local customers like you be more successful is our only focus, and each customer is so important. So for your small business, construction, and personal loan needs, think of me and think of us first. That's local First National Bank. We'll help you bring home more bacon. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns. Playoff edition of the Subway pregame show. The Altavista Colonels hosting the Riverheads Gladiators in Conference 44 action. We're talking with the head coach of the Colonels, Troy Harris. And Coach Harris, another long layoff. It seems like we haven't seen you in so long, but actually the weather didn't have anything to do with this. You guys were scheduled to play tonight anyway. I know you gave the guys at least one day off. What else did you do to battle the long delay in between games?
Yeah, haven't been on the court in a game situation since last Tuesday at Gretna, so gave them one day off so we could go scout, and then Snow gave them another day off, and then Sunday is a day off always too. So we've been battling some, a couple of days off, them get sitting at home, but when we got in the gym, we put them through the ringer a little bit, ran them up and down, made them get a sweat going, put them through all the game situations that we normally do. Hopefully trying to keep some of our routine going, even though we did have a couple of layoffs.
Well, let's talk about that Gretna game just for a minute. It was last Tuesday. It was a battle. We thought it would be a battle. Obviously, you guys are coming off a big win against Dan River. I think everybody assumed that there might be a little bit of a sleepwalk by you guys, but it seemed like in the second half you took care of business and started to pull away on them. Nelson Dew's hitting 6 threes in the second half. That doesn't hurt either, does it?
No, not at all. And I think everybody I talked to saw it coming. The only people that didn't see the battle coming were maybe our guys a little bit, just assuming they're 0-18 or whatever, just going to be easy. But I think everybody knew after a huge win over Dan River, it about killed us to do it because we really had to play our best game of the year. And then going in to play Gretna at their place on senior night, it was really going to be a tough game for us to get a win.
Yeah, but again, you guys really did what you had to do there, particularly in the second half. Let me ask you, similar situation here tonight with Riverheads. I think they're 5-15. The guys probably know or have heard maybe what Riverheads' record is. How do you make sure they don't overlook Riverheads tonight? Because this is a loser-go-home game. You have to win this one tonight. You don't have to win in the conference final, but you have to win tonight to extend your season.
That's right. I was straight up honest with them. I told them their record. I told them how they've been doing. And then I end every sentence with, if we don't win tonight, then this thing is over, and you just go on and do whatever tomorrow. So every sentence, every time I talked about them, I told them it's an elimination game. If you want to keep playing, you cannot take this team lightly. We have to win this game to advance.
Did you guys put any wrinkles in with the extra time? Not that you're going to reveal your whole poker hand there, but do you like to change it up and do anything different and add things, or is it pretty much let's stay the course and get better about what we have been doing?
I did get to go watch them play Stonewall. I got to see them in person, where I've seen some film on them, but seeing them in person, I don't know if we put any new wrinkles in. We're just tailoring what we do already to play against Riverheads, if that makes sense. We're not really putting new things in at this point, just we're going to take advantage of what strengths we have and what weaknesses they have.
Excellent stuff, Coach. We'll let you run. Tip-off between the Gladiators and the Colonels. Playoff action is about 10 minutes away on 105.5 KD Country.
You're listening to Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country, WKDE, Altavista, Lynchburg.
Is there a painting project on your to-do list? English's Home Center has added an additional line of paints. English's features Pratt & Lambert Lifetime Warranty Red Seal exterior paints. Choose from hundreds of stunning, beautiful designer colors. Pratt & Lambert interior or exterior paints. Value price to save you money. Pratt & Lambert paints. Never compromise.
English's is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista.
Life happens. Divorce, family problems, criminal charges, civil litigation, personal injury cases. Turn to David W. Shreve, an experienced attorney at law. David W. Shreve has been practicing law for over 30 years. Free consultation for personal injury cases. David W. Shreve wishing good luck to the Altavista boys basketball team in the playoffs. Go Colonels! David W. Shreve, located 7th Street, Altavista, or by phone 369-6621.
Brother needs a pickup, sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And Daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Fellas Chevrolet. Competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Fellas Chevrolet in Altavista.
KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. If you've got a home or business maintenance issue, Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. That's 665-1333 for KCD Maintenance. Painting, building maintenance, minor construction, and more. Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. Again, that's 665-1333. KCD Maintenance.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns from Altavista High School. Remember to rise and dine at Subway, Oscar. Breakfast sandwiches that'll make you happy no matter which side of the bed you woke up on. You can try the steak, egg, and cheese, the ham, egg, and cheese, the bacon, egg, and cheese. It's all there. Throw that sucker on the flatbread, and I mean, it's a great breakfast for you.
Boy, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, that's just wholesome.
They've got the coffee. Coffee is for closers only, but they do have coffee. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Oscar Briggs. Our sound engineer is Eleanor Haney. You just heard the Altavista Lady Colonels get a victory. Now it's the guys' turn. They'll face Riverheads. The Gladiators come in, Oscar, at 15-5, but not a team that you can overlook, particularly in an elimination game, because it's win or go home. If you win this one, you're into regionals, you're into the conference championship game Friday, but you do have to win here tonight.
Well, and, they beat Stonewall Jackson in a close game earlier in the week, 49-47, and we said it, a lot of times you get to this stage of the season and you can't discount anybody.
No, you really can't. Teams are playing with emotion. They're playing with energy. I would expect Riverheads to come down here and do just that. I think Troy Harris would agree.
I read an interesting article about Riverheads, and that they finally, yesterday, I think, had their 19th practice with all the players in the gym, whether it be hurt, late football start, weather. And you think about that, 19 full practices with your full team. That's not that many.
No, it's really not. It's you should get about 19 practices in that first month. But for Riverheads, for multiple reasons, it's taken them some time to get that gym time under their belt. Let's take some time to thank our sponsors, the folks that make this game possible. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. First National Bank, start mobile banking today with our First Nat mobile app. Download on iTunes or in the Google Play Store. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, a family serving families since 1905. English is your complete home center, your Pratt & Lambert headquarters. PCM Industrial Services, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality maintenance and construction service. Feller Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. You can hear pretty much any Colonel's game on demand on the KD Country YouTube page, thanks to Fellers. Sonny Merriman, Virginia's premier bus company. The Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow. KCD Maintenance, Kenny Can Do It Maintenance. Call 665-1333. David W. Shreve, attorney at law. Get expert legal advice with prompt, straightforward answers. El Cazador on Main Street in Altavista. Be sure to try the new menu. Kinlaw Insurance, proudly supporting the Altavista Colonels. Call Mike at 369-5611. 369-5611. Excited to have Mike Kinlaw on board. Don't see him in the audience, so that means he's probably tuned in right now, Oscar.
Yeah.
And we also have to thank Altavista Appliance, Home and Lawn Center on 7th Street in Altavista. They've got some fantastic stuff at Altavista Appliance. As always, streaming online audio at kdcountry.com or with the TuneIn app, brought to you by Chad Rakos, your all-state agent in Windhurst. You were saying, Mr. Briggs?
One of the things that, we talked about as things have transpired and the conferences have reshifted. And, this is a down year for this Riverheads team because historically they've been a nemesis for the Colonels, whether it be football, basketball. These schools have a history. It'll be interesting how this shakes out tonight.
Riverheads has always seemed like they've been in Altavista's way in one sport or another. They've been in a lot of teams' way in the Dogwood, for that matter. William Campbell has had their battles with Riverheads as well. This year's team is a little bit down, but still, it holds true. They stand in the Altavista Colonels' way tonight because Altavista has high hopes to go deep. And do not forget, this Colonels team, 3-time defending state champion, back-to-back. And these guys want to continue that trend. Let's step aside before the light show, and we'll bring it all back. It'll be basketball time before you know it. Between Altavista and Riverheads, you've got yourself a ringside seat on 105.5 KD Country.
Hey, this is Mitch at Altavista Appliance Home and Lawn Center. Come check out our large selection of appliances, furniture, mattresses, and lawn care equipment. We carry top brands such as Frigidaire, Whirlpool, Samsung, Maytag, Speed Queen, Best Home Furnishings, Bassett, Ashley, Sealy, Sierra Sleep, and a full line of Husqvarna products. With 0% interest for up to 48 months and customer service you can trust, we will make your buying experience easy and affordable. So come on down and see us today at Altavista Appliance Home and Lawn Center, 606 7th Street, Altavista, Virginia.
Recognized for outstanding service and customer satisfaction, Sonny Merriman Incorporated is Virginia's platinum service Thomas-built bus dealer. As Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus distributor, Sonny Merriman Incorporated has been providing buses to schools, churches, medical facilities, and transit agencies for 50 years. Sonny Merriman Incorporated recognized the Altavista boys and girls basketball teams for their outstanding season and wishes them good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels!
Hey, Oscar, my insurance situation isn't too good. I need to find somebody new.
Just call Mike Kinlaw. I've been a customer of his for over 20 years.
Mike Kinlaw, huh? I always knew he was a big Colonel fan.
Well, he's an independent insurance agent, so he can shop around and make sure you get the best rates. I mean, you can go online and try the Lizard or the guy that wears khakis, but hey, he's an Altavista graduate. He supports the teams. He's involved in the community. You can't get more than that.
Sounds like I'm calling Kinlaw Insurance Agency.
Yeah, call Mike at 369-5612.
369-5612.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns. Did we leave the microphone on during the timeout?
We may have.
Great stuff.
We have a tendency to do strange things like that.
We do. I always said we should do some deleted scenes and post them on YouTube, you know, the things we talk about during the timeout. A lot of times in a close game, it's about basketball, Oscar, but sometimes our attention wanders a little bit.
It does wander, and, you know, we were talking about insurance earlier, and, you know, Mike Kinlaw is a great insurance agent. You can stop by, even if you decide to go with him, and he gives you a nice quote, you can go with him, and, hey, they're very competitive, and if you ever need them, they're certainly available. Give them a call.
Is he a UNC fan like you are? Do I have that right? Oh, he's one of the fan of the other guys.
No,
not even that.
He actually went to school at Wake Forest and was there during the Curtis Strange type years. So he's a Demon Deacon.
Well, it is it is UNC and Duke tonight, and I bring up UNC. You're a big fan. A UNC alum and a very good player back in the day, Kevin Madden, is one of the assistant coaches for Riverheads. We were talking about it earlier. We were going to try and get him on for an interview, but it's going to be pretty tough once the game starts. He's got to coach.
Yeah, and if he coaches like he played, Colonels could be in trouble tonight.
Well, good point. Had a cup of coffee in the NBA, too, I think, right, when we were looking up the statistics there. Before.
He was undrafted, and he bounced around a little bit. I don't know that he ever got any significant stats established. But
final thoughts here as they read the starting lineups. Any final thoughts here on this one for Altavista? I mean, you worried about a letdown after such a long break?
Well, I don't. What I worry about is are we going to see the Colonel team that played 4 quarters against Dan River, or the Colonel's team that has a tendency to play against the level of the competition and plays 3 quarters? That's a concern for me.
I would agree. I think Altavista needs to come out and play the complete game. That's not going to be particularly easy. The schedule has been shuffled around. Now, granted, Riverheads has had to deal with the weather as well. But Altavista, as they get ready to shut off the lights and we enjoy the fabulous light show here from Altavista. You heard Hank Frazier talk about it. It's a sight best seen in person. If you haven't yet, stop on by. You'll have a few more chances. Lady Colonels are back at it tomorrow night. If the guys win here tonight, they will host Friday night in the Conference 44 final. Oh, B, did you catch the starters for Riverheads?
Did not.
Okay, we'll get it.
We'll get them when they hit the floor.
Yes, we will. This is the Subway pregame show. Remember, you can eat fresh at 3 great locations around town. Main Street in Altavista, inside the Walmart on Clarion Road, and further up the road on Route 29 inside Foster Fuels. All regular subs, just $6 at Subway the whole month of February. Better take advantage of that while you have a chance. I know you can hear the crowd coming alive at home. And there is a good crowd in the gym here tonight, Oscar. I think a lot of fans took advantage of the double dip, a chance to see both games.
You know, $6 to see 2 high school basketball games, pretty good deal.
Great for us because normally the Lady Colonels play at the opposite location of the guys, so we didn't get to see them a whole lot. A handful of games, 1 or 2, where they didn't do that. Lady Colonels played Liberty this year. Altavista guys did not.
You know, one of the things, some of the schools in North Carolina, some in Virginia even do it. Some of the districts will do the varsity. They'll do the boys and girls play at the same venue while the JV's playing away.
Right.
And so, I know that in some of the districts in North Carolina, they actually rotate who plays first, girls and guys. So that's kind of interesting as well.
Well, I always say ladies first, but nothing wrong with having the girls take center stage and play the main event after the opening act. Altavista has pulled up a couple guys from the junior varsity squad. We'll discuss that and more as the game goes along. Colonels will be in the home white jerseys, orange Altavista written over the black number. Some orange trim down the side. Riverheads Gladiators in their road red jerseys got some got some white and black trim on them. White number, they're still over there in the huddle on the far sideline as they have been briefed on the way the light show works. It takes some time for the lights to cycle back through. Colonels ended the regular season, Oscar, at 15-4. They did not make up that one game against Nelson County. But that was the only game that Altavista missed due to weather. Last time out was a 57-43 victory over the Gretna Hawks.
Riverheads will start with number 10, Brett Hosteller. He's a 6-foot junior. Number 20, Bradley Roberts. He's 5'10", sophomore. Number 30, Drew Bond, a 6'2", ninth grader. Number 40, Forrest Shuey, a 6-foot ninth grader. And number 44, 6'1", Dakota Cave. He is the senior in the group. So this is a young team.
Yeah.
A very, very young team.
3 ninth graders on the roster. And you get some of them in the starting lineup.
And you look at Drew Bond jumping center, and don't take this negatively, but he looks like a ninth grader. I mean, he's jumping against a sophomore. So.
Right. Yeah, Lawrence Galliard. Does Lawrence Galliard look like a sophomore?
He did when the season started. He doesn't now.
He's grown up a lot this season, hadn't he? It's Bond and Galliard at jump circle. Colonels start Lawrence Galliard, Mateo Malback, Nelson Dews, Daquan Poindexter, and Josh McClure. They win the tip. They're into the front court in a hurry. Nelly thinking about a 3. He'll drive baseline instead. Whips it back out up top. Now it's back in the hands of Nelson Dews. Driving, jump pass, finds Galliard, middle of the lane. Lawrence off the window and in for 2.
Boy, that was a nice adjustment as he was headed to the basket. Got bounced out a little bit, a little physical, a little bit of contact. I think it was a good no call, and Lawrence was able to adjust and knock down the shot.
Good ball movement there from the Colonels as well. There's a foul on Nelson Dews, a little overzealous attacking Bradley Roberts as Roberts caught the pass.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Troy Harris, you never want to see somebody pick up a foul 30 feet away from the basket.
30 feet away from the bucket and 27 seconds into the ball game. Riverheads will inbound, had to work to do so. Here comes Drew Bond with a left-hand dribble. He's guarded by Daquan Poindexter. Hands off to Bradley Roberts. Roberts circles the D to his right, picks up the dribble, looking for somewhere to go. Nelly's all over him. There's a steal by Galliard. Galliard couldn't pull it in as it went out of bounds, though. Right in front of us, Riverhead scoring on the right-hand bucket, moving left to right from our perspective. That's the bucket closest to Oscar and I. We are courtside here from Altavista High School. May go up top in the press box tomorrow night and Friday. We'll see. Riverheads had trouble getting it in bounds. They grabbed it back in the backcourt. That's Brett Hostetler. He nearly lost it as Daquan Poindexter almost had a pickpocket grab-and-go steal, but he commits the foul.
That was a loose ball situation, and Daquan got it caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Just one of those tough situations where you pick up a foul that probably could have gone uncalled.
Dakota Cave inbounds on the near sideline. Here's Brett Hostetler, right-hand dribble. Malback working on him. Swings it over to Dakota Cave. Cave is a 6'1 senior. Good mix of young and old here for Riverheads. They've got the young guys, and then they got some seniors, too. Bond wants to drive. Had it stripped away by Nelson Dews. Colonel's going the other way. Modified fast break. Riverheads got back in a hurry. McClure going to try the three-pointer. Looked good. Hit off the side of the iron. Wouldn't go down. Nice rebound by Cave. Riverheads going the other way in a hurry. Hostetler will angle to his left and flip it off to Drew Bond. Drew Bond handles pretty good for a 6'2 freshman.
Absolutely, he does. He's a little thin. Got to get some weight on him, but
I bet you they're pretty big on him. I bet you they think he's going to be a player. I do too.
I totally agree. I mean, it's early yet, but he certainly looks passing with the left hand. Looks like he's got the full skill set. We'll see as we move forward into the ball game.
Hostetler lost it. Pardon me. That's Bradley Roberts. He's in trouble. Double teamed on the far sideline. Nelly nearly had a steal. He'll sort of help McClure get the steal. Altavista going the other way. Here's Malback to the hoop. Right-hand floater goes. Colonels lead 4-0. 6:02 left to play in the English's Your Complete Home Center first quarter.
Colonels very aggressive here early on the break. Look out.
Oh, Malback tried to pickpocket from behind. Bond barely saw him coming in the side view mirror as he ran after it. Another foul on the Altavista Colonels. No.
Jump ball situation.
Jump ball. Colonels do have 2 team fouls. Riverheads none. 5:51 left to play in the first. It's a 4-0 Altavista lead to start things off. Riverheads haven't even got a shot attempt up, have they, Oscar?
No. Josh
like
McClure almost had to steal there. He lost his man.
Here's one. McClure got the block to recover. Hit it off the back of the backboard.
Got away with that.
Ball on the ground.
Game of kickball's broken out.
Ball back, able to pick it up after the game of kickball. Oh, Nelly no-looked it in the left-hand corner. Colonel scoring on the far bucket in the white jerseys. Nelson Dews with the passing display leads to points from Lawrence Galliard. Galliard moving in from the left, scored it with the right hand nicely. 6-0. Colonel still on top. 5:14 left to play in the first.
Boy, look at the battle underneath. McClure and Dakota Cave are absolutely going at it.
It's a war going on in the low post and then out to the mid post. Galliard with the steal. Coming down the left side. Lawrence looked a little out of sorts trying to dribble it in transition, and he lost it, but it's a foul on Riverhead.
He had Daquan breaking to the right. It was a 2-on-1 situation. He just never really gained control of it where he was able to make the pass over to Daquan.
6-0. Colonel's on top. We played exactly 3 minutes of basketball here in the Conference 44 semifinal. Glad you've joined us on 105.5 KD Country. Remind me to talk about the Honky Tonk Jukebox here next time we get a break in the action, Oscar.
Looks like they're in a zone.
Does look to be some sort of a zone. It might be a matchup zone because it looked like Forrest Shuey popping out to cover McClure out here deep. Interesting look so far. Poindexter driving, bumped, off balance, shot won't go. Mormon got the rebound. He lost it on the putback attempt. Riverhead's in a hurry. 2-on-1. They can't convert. They kick it back out. 3 ball on the way is good. That time it's Brett Hostetler from the left wing. Count the bucket. Cuts the Colonels lead in half. 6-3 now. Altavista on top. First clean look Riverheads has got, and they converted it. Jamal Thornhill in the ball game for the Colonels. Coach Harris going to the bench relatively early, at least for the last 4 or 5 games from the Colonel standards.
Well, and I like that early in this semifinal game for Conference 44. I like that he's getting the kids in, getting them loose, and nice feed from Josh McClure.
McClure was on the right elbow just outside the free throw line. He saw Nelly streaking, hit him in stride with a bullet pass, and Nelson Dews, sort of an alley-oop look. He didn't dunk it, but he never came to the ground. Nelson helps create a steal. Got in the way. Jamal Thornhill's going to do the honors and bring it up. Look at Jamal in and out of traffic. There's a blocking foul as Jamal rose up to pass it away. 8-3, Colonels on top with 3:44 left to play in the English's Your Complete Home Center first quarter. Foul was on number 20, Bradley Roberts. That's Riverhead's second as a team. Colonels will inbound. Alley-oop play coming for Galliard. The pass was not on target and ends up being a turnover. Riverheads into the front court quickly on the attack. Now Hostetler will slow it down on the far sideline. Over to the right wing, it goes to Jalen Brown. Good motion offense being run here. Pull-up 3 triggered by Bradley Roberts. Won't go in. McClure with the rebound on the right baseline. McClure's going to bring it up himself just left of center. Leaves it backwards to Galliard. Now right wing over to Daquan Poindexter. Good pop passing here from the Colonels. A lot of ball movement, but then they lost it as soon as I said that. Bit of an uncharacteristic turnover as Altavista was moving the ball nicely. Colonels lead by 5. Riverheads basketball in the road red jerseys. Scoring on the bucket to our right. Mormon playing some defense on Brett Hostetler. Mormon clapping for a moment, trying to build up some energy for this Colonels D. Looked pretty good so far. Cave hands off to Roberts. Roberts for 3 from the left corner is good. Was it a long 2? They will call it a long 2. 8-5. Colonels lead down to 3. Jacob Adams and Mateo Mall back at the scores table ready to come in. Nelson Dews rattles it home. Members bounce for Nelly. Gosh, that ball hung up on the rim for a long time, Oscar. It's a 3 ball from Nelson Dews.
And it went up 4 or 5 feet off the rim on the initial bounce. It just settled down, hit up the rim, and just rolled in.
These rims aren't soft. They're just broken in. Riverheads basketball in the front court. 2:15. Haven't had many stoppages in play yet. This first quarter is going to fly by. Hostetler trying to get around Chancellor Mormon. He does get to the right edge of the paint, sends up a leaner. It won't go, but the foul's on Chancellor Mormon. And finally, a stoppage in play.
Yeah, they're going to give him 2 on that. I thought that might have been on the floor, but apparently continuation is in play tonight.
First quarter brought to you by English's Your Complete Home Center. Now offering a complete line of Carhartt apparel for men. Free throw converted by Brett Hostetler, the 6-foot junior for Riverheads. Oh, the honky-tonk jukebox. Yeah, we love doing this basketball stuff. We know sometimes it makes some of our country music fans a little antsy. We've been a part of this tradition here at Altavista High School for over 53 years. We're proud to be a part of it and bring you the ball games, but we do love the country music. The honky-tonk jukebox, normally scheduled for 8, will be a little bit delayed tonight. We'll have it on right after the Subway postgame show.
Substitution for Riverheads.
Jacob Adams, a substitute in for the Colonels. He tries the 3. Nobody there to rebound on the left side for Altavista. Riverheads basketball. We'll get you all the subs here in just a second for both ball clubs. McClure batted it away. Hostetler got it back for Riverheads. Altavista working hard. Malback comes away with it. Checks the rear view mirror. Bounces to Adams. Adams off balance. Couldn't get it to go. Galliard couldn't get the second chance to try to go. Mormon will get the third try, though, as the Colonels, not exactly textbook, but the stick-to-itiveness, they just had so many chances in front.
That was hustle. That was hustle play.
That was definitely hustle to a T. It was like a volume possession. Just keep firing it to the rim. It's bound to go down eventually. 13-6, Altavista on top.
Austin Kraft in for Riverheads.
It's off to Hostetler. That won't go. Cave got the rebound. That got blocked away by a combo of Mormon and McClure. It's set the teams for you here for Riverheads. It's Brett Hostetler, Jalen Brown, Austin Kraft, the big man Oscar mentioned at 6'5", Bradley Roberts, and Dakota Cave. For the Altavista Colonels, they counter with Chancellor Mormon, Lawrence Galliard, Josh McClure, Jamal Thornhill, and Mateo Malback. Riverheads ball with 1:05 left to play in the first. Brown, two-hand bounce pass to Cave. Cave to the free throw line to Kraft. Now it's in the left corner. A driving Hostetler leaves it off. That won't go. Rebounded away by Jamal Thornhill.
Did a nice job of breaking down defense, and he got a good-looking shot. Just weren't able to execute.
Thornhill brings up the far sideline. A long cross-court pass that Malback could not save in.
Colonel's looking a little sloppy here. We talked about the potential for him to play to the level, although this Riverheads team looks good so far.
The initial burst from Altavista was good. They kind of smothered Riverheads quite a bit on defense. Now, as the Gladiators settle down, they're looking a little bit better, and you're right. I think the Colonels have maybe taken their foot off the gas just a bit here.
This is a young team, the Riverheads team, and certainly I don't see how they've got the record that they've got.
You'd think they'd win some more ball games.
Absolutely.
Plenty of tough competition. Riverheads ball, we're down to 22 seconds left to play in the quarter. Oh, steal by Nelson Dews. He doesn't have it yet, though. Ball's on the ground. He'll try and tie up Hostetler, and there is the jump ball. Mutual possession. Possession arrow favors Altavista, so in a sense, you can give Nelson Dews credit for the steal. Poindexter will enter the ball game for Jamal Thornhill. 14.6 seconds left for Altavista. They'll inbound on the near sideline right at midcourt. Plenty of time to hold for the last shot, or not even that, get one up quicker. 13-6, Colonels on top. Bet you they'd love to make it a 10-point lead to close out the quarter. Nelson Dews going to try and do just that. Left wing 3, hit the front of the iron, wouldn't go. Here comes Riverheads in a hurry the other way. Nelson Dews back to get a steal. Wasn't able to find anybody on the behind-the-back pass. Great hustle by Nelly, though. 1.7 left to play in the quarter. Riverheads will inbound. Now the situation's a little different. Got time for a catch and shoot or maybe one dribble. Jacob King will inbound for Riverheads. Looking for somewhere to go. Two hands to Dylan Craig. Craig fade away 3, hit the iron and looked good but wouldn't go. Colonels lead after 1, 13-6 over Riverheads. Second quarter on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
Jumpstart your business on a winning note with the Altavista Revolving Loan. An opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Check in with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis, at Altavista Town Hall. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality, supporting the Altavista Colonels' winning tradition.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Good first quarter of basketball. We had a great first game. Lady Colonels got the win in theirs. They will advance on to regional play. We're being told that game will be at Matthews on Tuesday. But tomorrow night, it's the Conference 44 final for the Lady Colonels. That game is at home. We'll have it here on 105.5 KD Country. First quarter impressions, OB?
Yeah, I think that you defined it earlier. The Colonels' initial burst, they came out and played well, and looks like they kind of settled back in. Riverheads maybe had a little bit of jitters. A ton of youth on the floor for them early, and they probably settled in a little bit too. And now we're going to see what happens here in this second quarter.
Yeah, it can't be easy for a young team to come down here and play at Altavista, right? You see all the banners on the wall, you know the tradition. Steal by Nelson Dews. Hold that thought. Nelly to the rim. Nice lay-in. Came in from the left side, but laid it in over on the right side. Went under the hoop very nicely. 15-6. Altavista by 9. Continue what you were saying. If the Colonel's D will give you a chance.
Sure. Certainly you realize that you're coming in. It's not a secret. This is a 3-time defending state champion basketball team. But despite the fact that they lost a ton of players, they've, according to Coach Coffey, he knows that they've reloaded here at Altavista.
I would agree. 3-ball no good from Riverheads. They got their own rebound. Colonel's kind of stopped playing for a minute. Then they got the rebound. Daquan Poindexter will bring it up the left sideline. Stop, hesitation, takes it back out into the rack and scores. Pretty nice individual play there by Daquan Poindexter with the coast-to-coast move. Colonels now lead by 11.
And this is a dangerous spot here for Riverheads, and Coach Coffey recognizes it and calls a timeout.
Sensed it, called the timeout. Colonels lead by 11, 17-6, 7:09 left to play in the second quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
Some people have never tried food at a Mexican restaurant, so we asked Chad Shelton from Shelton's Plumbing and Heating about his experience.
I wasn't so sure what the green stuff was, but they slipped some on my plate one day, and now I won't have a meal without guacamole. Still can't spell it.
At El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, if you have questions, they give you the answers in English. Mexican and American foods, affordable prices, and fast service. Try it today. El Cazador, Main Street, Altavista.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels lead 17-6. Timeout by Riverheads head coach Chad Coffey. Oscar, was pretty great call by you. I mean, you sensed it was an important time. Riverheads doesn't want to fall down by much more than 11. 7 minutes left to play here in half. And lest we not forget, Altavista did beat Riverheads back in 2004 for the Colonels' first basketball state championship. Kick out three. Hostetler knocks it down from the right corner, right in front of Agent Zero and myself. Good way to get back after it after the timeout.
That's his second three. He's got a good-looking stroke. He's just a junior.
Maulback trying to save it in again. He ends up throwing it into the hands of Bradley Roberts. Here comes Hostetler firing from the other side. That one hit off the front of the iron, wouldn't go. Got his own rebound. Floater up over Galliard. That won't go. Battle for on the right edge of the paint. Here comes another attempt by Jacob King. Finally, the Colonels clear the board. Coach Harris says, hurry up, get into the front court. Nelly lost it, had it stripped away. Altavista is struggling just a bit at the moment here, Briggs. Here comes Roberts. Thinking about a three, he'll dribble instead. Gets it to the left edge of the paint. Lost the dribble, now kicks out. There's a traveling violation. That's a turnover, and the Colonels will get the basketball back with 6:03 left to play in the half.
Boy, for Coach Troy Harris, you can't be pleased with the rebounding here on the defensive end. Riverhead's getting 3-4 looks on a trip, so not a good sign. Colonel's not boxing out, really relying on their athleticism trying to get the rebound.
It's interesting, too, that they are getting out-rebounded because they did rebound so well against Dan River. Rebounded even better as McClure strides in and is bumped. Shot kind of got wedged between the rim and the backboard, but he'll go to the free throw line and shoot two. I'm going to throw out a stat from you from the Gretna game, Oscar. Colonels out-rebounded the Hawks 43-15. That's a legit stat.
Boy, that's
Altavista had more offensive rebounds than Gretna had total.
And the game was not that lopsided.
No, it was a close game. It really was. Colonels had 23 offensive rebounds, 20 defensive rebounds.
Well, we were a little bit surprised with the Dan River stat.
Yeah.
We thought that certainly Altavista dominated the boards, probably 8-10 rebound difference, but no, the stats come out and it was dead even.
Yep. I think it was, 26 rebounds?
25 apiece.
25 apiece, yep. Knew I was close. Boy, great game against Dan River, folks. If you have a chance to stop by the KD Country YouTube page and hear that one again and relive that, you may want to do that. I know a couple of the guys on the ball club during some of their snow days got on there and listened to some of the games. Something happened on the court. They were looking at the court. They're looking at McClure's jersey.
It's got to be. I saw the ref and it looked like he said something about blood or.
Yeah. Colonels are going to pull Josh McClure off the court. Interestingly enough,
they're going to.
Angela Emerson is there. They sent number 32, Kyler Johnson, who is one of those JV call-ups, in the back with McClure. I wonder if they're going to exchange jerseys.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. That's what they're going to do, so that Kyler probably not going to see action tonight.
And sometimes that's part of being a team guy, you know, particularly when you're one of those JV call-ups.
Hey, but if
your starter's got to blood on his jersey.
If you're a JV call-up, you probably come into the game anyway. That's Nelson's second foul, and that one's 93 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, they were in the backcourt. Altavista applying the full court pressure, but Nelson just a little too overzealous there. He will come out. They'll send in Jamal Thornhill.
And you certainly expect a senior to show a little bit more strength than to pick up a foul that far away. I mean, you want to press.
It's high pressure. Riverheads will break it. That's number 10, Brett Hostetler with the dribble. Really doing a good job to roll right through two Altavista defenders. Riverheads ball in the front court. I mean, this is high pressure man-to-man defense here from Altavista. Double team momentarily on Hostetler. Hostetler gives it up to the big man Kraft. Back to Hostetler. Weaving his way through traffic. One-hand bounce pass over the left wing to Jalen Brown. Riverhead's working for everything. Then the backdoor cut and finish. Oh, goodness. That was Brett Hostetler streaking through the middle of the lane. The high pressure from Altavista, when you get after somebody man-to-man like that, it does leave you susceptible to the backdoor cut. And they worked it to perfection. That foul was the second one on Chancellor Mormon. Hostetler to the line with a chance to convert the three-point play and a chance to bring Riverheads within 7. Free throw does just that. He knocks it down. 19-12, Altavista on top.
Coach Harris probably not pleased right now.
Poindexter catches right wing, drives in. There's a blocking foul. Hostetler got knocked to the deck. Couldn't get the feet set in time. 5:17 left to play in the second quarter. Colonels will inbound underneath their own scoring bucket. That's Hostetler's first. Colonels in the road white scoring on the far bucket. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Oscar Briggs. Lob play. They're looking for Galliard. He got kind of held up and stuck it in anyway.
Somebody had a handful of jersey.
Yeah. No call from the refs. Galliard played through it. There's a steal from Malbeck. Can't get the lay-in to go. It's highly contested. Jamal Thornhill's got an offensive rebound. Back to Malbeck. Malbeck, sidearm pass to Jacob Adams. Adams will dribble softly to his right. Now it's Thornhill, low post. He got bumped to the deck. Shot hit the side of the iron, wouldn't go. Free throw time for Jamal Thornhill and the Altavista Colonels.
That's going to be on Hostetler, and that's going to be his second.
Second in a matter of moments.
That's right.
Fifth one on Riverheads, it's a team. Altavista also with 5 team fouls. 4:55 left to play. It's a 22-12. Altavista lead, 10-point advantage in the Englishes, your complete home center. Second quarter. Second one will not go.
Colonel's in man-to-man. Jamal Thornhill very aggressive out front. Nice denial by Josh McClure. You better find Hostetler.
And he fires another three. Won't go. Jacob Adams with a rebound on the right post. He'll bring it up himself. Everybody cleared out of the way. 4.5 minutes left to play.
3 Colonels up for that rebound. Nice job boxing out that time.
McClure catches at the free throw line. Kick out coming 3 for Mateo Malbeck. Won't go down. Jacob Adams with a nice hustle play to get the rebound. Shovels it off underhanded to McClure. Adams is getting some nice minutes in here.
And that's a good point. We hadn't seen a lot of time from Adams.
Oh, Malbeck with the penetration. And it feathers the pass in to Jamal Thornhill. He scores for 2.
Yeah, Adams, the last 3 or 4 games, hadn't spent a lot of time in the game. Has been on the bench, languishing for some of that. Early minutes tonight, very productive.
Well, a lot of time off, a lot of time in practice. Sometimes guys can build some minutes that way, doing something special in practice. Maybe it's just the hard work. 24-12, Colonels on top by 14. Pardon me, by 12. Good math.
I wasn't going to say.
Played exactly 4 minutes here in the second quarter. Second quarter brought to you by Englishes, your complete home center on Main Street in Altavista. 3:52 left to play. Adams playing some good defense on Jalen Brown. Brown gives it up to Bradley Roberts. Roberts was double-teamed, harassed, and hampered by Adams and Jamal Thornhill. Let's see which one the foul's on.
So should be on Adams. That's the team's 7th. They'll be going to the line shooting 1-1 for the remainder of the half. No. They called it on Thornhill.
His first. It was still the 17th foul, and you're right, 1-on-1 situation.
Bradley Roberts at the line, shooting 1-1 for the Gladiators. Knocks down the first. He'll be rewarded here with a second.
24-13. Makes it an 11-point Colonel advantage. They've led the entire game. Started out with a 6-0 lead. Roberts, the left-handed shooter, does sink the second free throw. On the court right now for the Altavista Colonels, Nelson Dews, Jacob Adams, Josh McClure, Mateo Malback, and Jamal Thornhill.
There is a ton of youth on the floor for this Gladiators team.
Freshmen, sophomores, juniors, all over the place. McClure, dribble penetration, then leaves it off. Bullet pass from Malback to Nelson Dews. His three is a bit too strong, rebounded away by Dakota Cave. Cave, one of the seniors out there for Riverheads. He's joined by Bradley Roberts. Oh, almost a takeaway by Jamal Thornhill. Nice play. Joined by Bradley Roberts, who's a junior. Jacob King, a freshman.
Nice defense there. Nice hustle by Jamal.
Brett Hostetler is another junior who's out there. Cave looking for somewhere to go. Throws it into the big man, Austin Kraft. Nice lay-in and a finish by Jacob King, who hit the deck kind of rough. He'll get back up and run it off.
This is a well-coached team. They're fundamentally sound. They run their offense well. They make picks. They do their cuts. They've scouted Altavista. They know the story.
Riverheads trails by 8. I agree with everything you just said. Colonels, remember, they're not guaranteed a spot in regionals. There's a steal by Jamal Thornhill. Nice play. Going to bring it in full speed. Came in from the left and switched over to the right. Fouled on the floor, though. Shot won't count. That'll be the 7th team foul on Riverheads. So Jamal Thornhill, number 20 for the Altavista Colonels, a senior, going to toe the free throw line and shoot a 1-on-1.
And Jamal, not the polished athlete, certainly that his brother is, but certainly the intensity and efforts there. Nice job by... That is just the 6th team foul.
How about that? Colonels will stack up the inbound play at the free throw line and throw it long near half court to Mateo Malback. Malback cross court to McClure, now down in the left-hand corner to Jacob Adams. Back to Adams quickly. One dribble, picks it up. 2:35 left to play in half.
Still in that matchup zone.
It's an 8-point Colonel advantage.
You know, pack it in. The Colonels have not shown that they can hit the three tonight to this Gladiators team. What they have shown,
left side, yeah.
What we have shown is that Josh McClure, if you fall for that head fake, he's going by you.
Good quick power move after the head fake to get to the basket. Riverheads basketball. Here's a steal from Lawrence Galliard. Oh, Galliard had it poked away.
Nice defense.
Good defensive recovery by Brett Hostetler and the Riverheads Gladiators.
Two minutes remaining, 2:05 remaining here in the second quarter. Colonels leading 26-16. Just checked in my buddy Mike Kinlaw.
All right, he's tuned in.
He is tuned in.
Good. Good stuff from a big basketball fan, big Colonel fan. This is Brett Hostetler on the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. First one does go in. 26-17. Riverheads trims the lead back to single digits. Riverheads trims the Altavista lead back to single digits. Just one Riverheads player in the paint there. I guess they knew Hostetler was going to make both. Full confidence there from head coach Chad Coffey. 26-18. Here comes Nelson Dews in the right wing. 2 feet behind it. He'll dribble. Step back three on the way is good.
That was filthy.
Yeah, it's a pretty special move there from Nelson Dews. Faked the first three. Couple dribbles to his right and inside, and then a step back behind the three-point line to knock it down. 29-18. Colonels lead back to 11. Double team. They get it down low to Forrest Shuey. Shuey was a nice find at Jalen Brown. He went into the trees and couldn't get it to go. 4 Colonels in the paint there, stopping his path to the bucket.
Well, this is a well-coached team. When they collapse, when Altavista collapsed, the Riverheads players offside cut to the basket. This is a well-coached team, and with their youth, I don't Colonels are up now by 11. This game's far from decided, but I don't want to see them next year if I'm anybody in this conference.
Not at all. Malback couldn't get the up and under lay-in to go, but he was fouled. Makes the first free throw, 30-18. Altavista on top by 12. 1:26 left to play. Second quarter brought to you by English's, your complete home center, your headquarters for Pratt and Lambert Paint. Second one goes down as well. 31-18, Colonels on top. Malback with some stifling defense on the far sideline. Brown able to throw it to a teammate. That's Hostetler. Hostetler holds on his hip. Overhead pass to Brown. Brown with a two-man game. Bounces back to Hostetler. Ooh, that won't go. He was moving to his left away from the bucket. Floater went up, and he was fouled. Hit the iron, but wouldn't fall in. And now Brett Hostetler shooting more free throws. That is the third foul on Chancellor Mormon. Still in the first half here. 1:10 left to play in the second quarter.
Hostetler misses the first. $12 points on the night so far for Hostetler. Misses both.
Missed both. Galliard grabs a rebound right edge of the paint. Malback will bring it up along the left sideline on a jog. Now it's into Nelson Dews. Now another three on the way. That one skips off the front of the iron. Rebound is loose. Now grabbed by the Altavista Colonels. That's Daquan Poindexter. Poindexter attacks in, now retreats. Malback going to try a three-pointer. That one's true and good from long distance, just left of center.
Sometimes you're sitting in a position when it leaves a player's hand, you can tell if it's going in or not. That looked good. We were dead behind him. It looked good the whole way.
Nice pump fake there by Bradley Roberts. He got 3 of the 5 Altavista Colonels on the court up in the air and sold with the pump fake. Believe it was Malback that hit him. And we'll wait for the official word on that. No, it's Daquan Poindexter. I was just going to say Poindexter was also in the area.
Yeah, he rode him like a pony. He came down on him like he's riding a pony.
Free throw converted from Bradley Roberts. He's a sophomore. Speaks to that youth that you were talking about. And you're right. You would think if they can stay together and stay healthy, this is going to be a dangerous Riverheads team in years to come. Here comes full court press from Riverheads. We got 35 seconds left to play in the half. Colonels lead by 14. They break it. McClure, leaner off the window. Didn't even hit iron. Somehow it finds the hands of Daquan Poindexter. Lawrence Galliard. He sticks it up and in for 2. Galliard, right place, right time. Riverheads ball now with 20 seconds. Colonels lead by 16. Riverheads could use some positive momentum going into the halftime break. Remember, they had this lead trimmed to 8 at one point for Altavista, and the Colonels have stretched it back out, down to 8 seconds. Riverhead's in no particular hurry, but some of that's the Altavista defense. Hostetler, spin move, Malback picked it away, eyes the clock, shot gets up out of his hand, does it count? Yes, it does. They count the basket to lay in at the buzzer, 38-20. Colonels have an 18-point lead headed into the Subway halftime show on 105.5 KD Country.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Hi, I'm Tracy Robinson of First National Bank. Did you know there are great home mortgage opportunities available right now? With rates being at an all-time low and 100% financing, our recognized mortgage lenders will deliver the right loan for your needs. Put this together with our other progressive mortgage products, our fast local service, and we're ready to lend. First National Bank, over 100 years of dependable custom banking. For you and your money, that's important. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
The Altavista Colonels on top, 38-20 over the Riverheads Gladiators. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Oscar Briggs. Country music fans will have the Honky Tonk Jukebox on when we wrap this one up. The Sugar Daddies back in 1973. Bunch of good music from 73, Oscar, and no way the Sugar Daddy can play all of it, but he's going to play some of it. We know, basketball gets in the way of the music just a little bit, but like I said, it's a tradition we've been a part of for many, many years, and we plan on continuing it for many more years. We have so much fun here watching the high school hoops, and we're about the only station around that does high school basketball, so we're pretty proud of that fact.
Well, that's right, and you may get some other organizations that come in late and pick up some of these teams as they make a run later in the state playoff system, but hey, game in, game out, we're here for the Colonels.
We're here. We're happy to be here. We love seeing the other teams. It's not just about the Altavista Colonels. We love seeing all the other local teams and being a part of that as well. Hey, enough on the soapbox and talking about us. Let's talk about the guys on the court. Altavista with a 38-20 lead. Came out with a good spark. They had a 6-0 lead to start. Riverheads did get it trimmed down to 8 at one point midway through the second quarter. And then Altavista with a nice little explosion there to close it out, particularly the Mateo Malbach buzzer-beating layup.
Well, it certainly looked like maybe sleepwalking through that. I certainly think that they picked up their intensity on the boards and picked up their defensive intensity, and that's what really fueled this big 25-point quarter that the Colonels had.
Yeah, I think the Colonels did let up on defense a little bit. We also seemed like to us maybe that Riverheads was out rebounding there at a few points, and I think the Colonels cleaned that up nicely. Better boxing out, better aggressiveness on the glass when the shot went up. Hence the 18-point advantage. This is the Subway halftime show. Let's step aside. We'll bring it back with some stats, and we'll talk about maybe what Riverheads can do to get back in it and how the Colonels are going to try and hold on to this lead. Altavista 38, Riverheads 20. You're hearing it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
Is there a painting project on your to-do list? English's Home Center has added an additional line of paints. English's features Pratt & Lambert Lifetime Warranty Red Seal exterior paints. Choose from hundreds of stunning, beautiful designer colors. Pratt & Lambert interior or exterior paints. Value price to save you money. Pratt & Lambert paints. Never compromise.
English's is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista.
Life happens. Divorce, family problems, criminal charges, civil litigation, personal injury cases. Turn to David W. Shreve, an experienced attorney at law. David W. Shreve has been practicing law for over 30 years. Free consultation for personal injury cases. David W. Shreve wishing good luck to the Altavista boys basketball team in the playoffs. Go Colonels! David W. Shreve, located 7th Street, Altavista, or by phone 369-6621.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. If you've got a home or business maintenance issue, Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. That's 665-1333 for KCD Maintenance. Painting, building maintenance, minor construction, and more. Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. Again, that's 665-1333. KCD Maintenance.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show returns. 3 great locations, great service when we were in there earlier in the Main Street location. Our sound engineer, Eleanor Haney, and I went with the egg white flatbread today. I'll let you know about tomorrow, Oscar. I might have to get some coffee or something tomorrow. I need
Coffee's for closers.
Closers only, absolutely.
Yeah,
Glad you're on board with that.
Sprinkles are for winners.
Hey, tell us about the halftime statistics.
We'll go first with the Riverheads Gladiators. Only had 3 players score, Kyle. Led by Brett Hostetler with 12, Jacob King with 2, Bradley Roberts with 6, 4 of those coming from the free throw line. Colonels did a nice job defensively, only allowing 5 field goals during that first half for the Colonels. Led by Nelson Dews with 10, Mateo Malbeck with 9, Daquan Poindexter with 2, Chancellor Mormon with 2, Lawrence Galliard with 8, Jamal Thornhill with 3, and Josh McClure with 4. Nice balanced scoring there from the Colonels.
It was nice balanced scoring, and the defensive effort only allowing, what'd you say, 5 field goals? 5 field goals from only 3 players, Riverheads. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Jacob King with just a 1-2-pointer as well. So essentially, they only allowed 2 guys to score when you get it right down there. What do you think about Riverheads and their chances to come back? You think they're going to have to use the 3-point shooting?
Yeah, I think they continue to run their offense. They've done a nice job cutting. They've got to, continue to do that. They've got to continue to hit the boards, and we'll see how, it's a young team.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep them in the game. You've got to keep them competing.
Colonels make you work so hard on defense, too, that it's hard to pick up points in bunches. I mean, you can score on a possession, but you have to work so hard for it. Sometimes it takes you a minute or 2 of working the ball around to finally find the weakness. It takes so long to score, it's hard to get on a sustained run. It's going to be hard to make up 8
Well, that's
points.
right. Let's face it, defensively, the Colonels have been stifling. They've been getting in the passing lane. And really, for a young team, to work the ball for a minute and a half, whatever, and then to have the Colonels steal it from you and get down court and convert relatively quickly, it's really frustrating, and it's really a learning opportunity for these young kids from Riverhead.
It can really deflate you and break your spirit. You're right. When you work it around and you have a seemingly good possession and it ends up in a steal, absolutely. Subway halftime show is done. Both teams are done with their halftime shoot-around. We'll keep it right here.
Interesting in that Riverheads was out first with about 3 minutes left. Coach Harris's players came out with about 1 minute left. They got very little warm-up at all.
Yeah. Yeah, Coach Harris taking some extra time to talk to the guys there in the locker room at halftime. Colonels do lead by 18, 38-20. Winner of this one moves on to the Conference 44 championship game. If the Colonels win, it will be Friday at home. They'll take on the winner of Luray and Riverheads. Or, pardon me, Luray and William Campbell. I'm sorry. The Generals are up in Luray right now, taking on Luray.
Certainly would be interesting if the Colonels run into William Campbell for the 3rd time.
Would be very interesting. There's been, I don't want to say bad blood, but there's been some physical stuff in both of those games.
Chippy.
There you go. Colonels will inbound near sideline. Their basketball to start this 3rd quarter. They're moving right to left from Oscar and I's perspective, scoring on the near bucket. We're courtside at Altavista. Gym was pretty full for a while. It seems like maybe some of the girls' basketball fans have left. Doesn't look quite as full. Altavista is going to overload that left side here against the Riverhead zone defense. Now they'll swing Daquan Poindexter through to the right, but it's stolen away by Brett Hostetler. Hostetler angles to his right to the far sideline. Now throws it to Dakota Cave in the middle.
Haven't seen any of the zone tonight. Colonel's been in straight man-to-man.
All night. Early turnover for Altavista on offense. They lead by 18. 7:30 left to play in the 3rd. Hostetler will jog over the right sideline. He just had the ball squirt out of his hands.
That's exactly what happened. Just gave it away.
Ball back behind the back dribble. Wings a pass to the low block to Galliard. Galliard couldn't control it. Last touch off of him.
A little bit too much gas on that pass. Galliard couldn't get his hands up in time.
30-18. Hostetler is just going to walk it across the timeline. Mateo Malbeck guarding him man-to-man, giving him a bit of a cushion. Malbeck in the long white sleeves, 3/4 length leggings. Nelson Dews has got the full length leggings going all the way down to the socks. Back to Hostetler. Hostetler throws it in the corner. 3-ball up on the way from Jacob King is good. Was that a long two? That is a long two. I've screwed that up a couple times tonight, Oscar.
Yeah, well.
One of the drawbacks to being courtside is sometimes it is hard to see that far side there. McClure, pump fake, goes to the baseline to the rack. Shot never hit the rim, but he was fouled. There's that patented Josh McClure pump fake. Fouls on Forrest Shuey. Josh McClure was in the act of shooting, and he will fire up a pair here with 6:36 left to play in the third quarter. Third quarter presented by English's, your complete home center. Stop in and see Brent, Donnie, Crystal, Blake, Jerry, the whole gang down there at English's.
Josh had a tough angle on the basket, too.
Might have been bailed out a little bit by Shuey, huh?
I think he was.
Even with no defense, McClure on that shot from that angle is probably not 50%. I mean, he was practically behind the backboard. Not saying he couldn't have made it, but it's going to be tough. Does sink both free throws, though. Converts well. Oh, long baseball pass. Colonels nearly forgot about Shuey down there.
There's nothing nearly about it. They got snookered on that. And, lucky they didn't have to pay for it. Oof. I'm going to tell you.
Went in hard, and from Riverheads, Bradley Roberts took the front of the blast.
He took an inadvertent elbow, and that's what it was as Daquan was driving. He took it to the facial region. Tough break.
McClure catches on the inbounds pass. Crossover dribble working on Hostetler. Back to McClure, right wing. He two-hands it to Mateo Malbeck. Malbeck, a half-no look to the left wing to Nelson Dews. Nelly's going to back it out. Coach Harris barking out instructions for a set play. They throw it in the low block to McClure. McClure finds Galliard on the right-hand post, the other side. Galliard lost the handle, stripped away. He's fouled. I think it's going to be in the act of shooting, and Lawrence probably going to shoot some free throws.
Nice job of rotating over. This Riverheads team, again, we talked about it. They are extremely well coached. Coach Chad Coffey has done a great job as assistant Doug Harris and Kevin Madden. This team rotates over. They hit the boards hard. They're just well coached. Lawrence misses the first of two.
6:05 left to play in the third quarter. It's a 40-22 Colonel advantage. Second one from Galliard won't go down either. Kind of a knuckleball free throw. Jacob Adams going to go to the scorer's table, ready to check in at the next dead ball. Here's Hostetler. Bounce pass to the left wing to Bradley Roberts. Roberts holds it on his hip. No dribble just yet. He'll try and get by Nelson Dews. Nelly's all over him like a cheap suit. He finally does pass it away to Brett Hostetler. Motion offense going on for Riverheads. Some screening away from the basketball. Roberts does pop free. Nelson Dews closes out and pokes it away. What a steal by Nelly. Nelly bringing it in from the left sideline. Fakes the pass off the window and in. Flashy play there from Nelson Dews after a perfect pickpocket steal.
Boy, Coach Coffey begs to differ that it was a perfect steal. He was lobbying the official the whole time down the floor.
He had a good view on it. It took place right in front of the Riverheads bench. Better view than I had. Nelson Dews got another steal after an errant pass. Poindexter will pick it up, steps around the defender. Lay-in won't go. Poindexter hits the deck. Nelson Dews tiptoes the baseline. Now he wants to pass. Couldn't get it over to Galliard. Foul is on Lawrence Galliard.
That's another situation where going for the loose ball, Lawrence was just in the wrong place at the wrong time that the Riverheads player gained possession of the ball and forced that foul. That's his second. That's the team's first.
5 minutes even left to play in the third quarter. It's a 20-point Altavista advantage. Bradley Roberts into the front court for Riverheads. They're in the road red jersey, scoring on the far bucket. Floater blocked away. Another good defensive play from Altavista. Poindexter up to the front of the iron. Lay-in was airball, but he got his own rebound and stuck it back in. I guess you could make the case that maybe Poindexter traveled if that ball never hit the rim.
Yeah, Daquan was, I think he thought that he did a little pump fake fake pass thinking that the player was going to move, and I think Daquan had ill intentions for that ball and just didn't come to fruition. I think he might have taken a step.
Riverheads basketball. Colonels lead by 22 all of a sudden. We're nearly midway through this third quarter. There's another, no, didn't get it all the way. McClure nearly had a steal. Now they have it. It's a 3-on-0 fast break. Adams lays it in nicely for the Altavista Colonels after another steal. Good points there from Jacob Adams. Timeout on the court for Riverheads. Chad Coffey going to talk it over. Altavista leading by 24. Just under 4 to play in the third quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
You're listening to Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country, WKDE Altavista, Lynchburg.
Hey, this is Mitch at Altavista Appliance Home and Lawn Center. Come check out our large selection of appliances, furniture, mattresses, and lawn care equipment. We carry top brands such as Frigidaire, Whirlpool, Samsung, Maytag, Speed Queen, Best Home Furnishings, Bassett, Ashley, Sealy, Sierra Sleep, and a full line of Husqvarna products. With 0% interest for up to 48 months and customer service you can trust, we will make your buying experience easy and affordable. So come on down and see us today at Altavista Appliance Home and Lawn Center, 606 7th Street, Altavista, Virginia.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Country music fans, the Honky Tonk Jukebox will be on right after we finish. About a quarter and a half of basketball left to play here from Altavista. The Colonels lead by 24 over the Riverheads Gladiators.
And it's been a slow, steady pull away from that 8-point lead. It hadn't happened in a blur. It's just been consistent smothering defense and patience, and just Riverheads just not enough experience, not enough athletes right now.
A lot of firepower out there for Altavista, and they're really doing it with the defense, Oscar. I mean, they've come up with a lot of steals. More often than not, they have led 2 points. Dylan Craig in the ball game now. He was being guarded by Jacob Adams. He was able to get rid of it to Bradley Roberts. Roberts in between the circles. There's another steal for Altavista. No, Roberts has gotten it back. Got a final. The winner of this will take on Luray. They beat William Campbell 99-73.
What?
99-73.
I think Dean Hubbard was writing it. I thought he was writing it upside down. I thought it was 66. But no, 99 points.
Here's a steal from Altavista. Hold that thought. Daquan Poindexter right down the middle for 2, and it's good. Wanted to dunk, didn't quite get there. In the scorebook, though, it looks like a textbook layup for 2 points, 48-22. Good job by Daquan Poindexter on the steal again. It was Jacob Adams helping create it. Colonels might have another one in the far corner. Riverhead's in trouble.
Well, Jake's had nice minutes tonight.
Cameron Pinnell's at the scorer's table. He's going to check in next for Altavista.
2:57 remaining here in the third quarter. Colonels up big, 48-22.
Roberts driving, gives it to Kraft. Kraft just outside the lane. Spin move. That's swatted away by Josh McClure. Here comes Chancellor Mormon out racing the defense. He'll try and lay it in, but he's pushed in the back. That's a foul. Mormon's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. 48-22. Wasn't a steal that time, Oscar, but it was just a stuff block. It's essentially the same thing. And Altavista goes the other way.
Which Chancellor Mormon showed he's got jets. Was able to blow by 2 Riverheads defenders. Probably it wasn't an intentional foul, but it was an effort to certainly make sure that he didn't get an easy layup.
Yeah, it's about as close to intentional as you can get without being called for, because he didn't really make a play on the ball.
No,
you know what I mean?
And it was enough of a foul that the ref stepped over to make sure that it stepped in between Chancellor and not. I guess he doesn't know Chancellor Mormon like we do. Chancellor's very competitive, but he's all above board, straight up. Just a great guy. Yep. And, no animosity. He's not going to go after somebody for a foul like that.
Oh, yeah. Chancellor's got a smile on his face about 95% of the time. He is very competitive, though. Inbound coming for Riverheads. Lawrence Galliard checked back in the game, by the way. He joins Mormon, Poindexter, Cameron Pinnell, and Jacob Adams. Riverheads basketball, 2.5 left to play in the third. Colonels lead 49-22. Hostetler trying to get by, it's Forrest Shuey. Forrest Shuey was trying to get by Daquan Poindexter. Poindexter fouled him just beyond the three-point line.
That's the second team foul for the Colonels.
Third one on Daquan. 2:25 left to play in the third. Altavista on top by 27. Nice bounce pass down low to find Austin Kraft. Kraft waiting patiently. The 6'5" man deposits the layup with relative ease.
We talked about the Colonels have had some big defensive quarters. They're on one right now. Mm-hmm. That was only the 4th point scored here in the quarter by Riverheads.
Impressive stuff. Here's Cameron Pinnell just outside the paint along the baseline. Lobs it back out to Daquan Poindexter. Poindexter driving, took too many steps. That's a traveling violation. Here comes Jordan Witcher into the ball game for Altavista. The senior will replace Daquan Poindexter.
Seeing these liberal substitutions here by Coach Harris, you got to wonder here as he close out the quarter if he'll leave these guys on the floor and then maybe throw his starters in for a couple minutes, 3 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Steal by Lawrence Galliard. Galliard going to come down the right side of the hoop. Lay-in is good, and he's fouled. Count the basket. Lawrence Galliard for 2 after the steal. Stepped in front of the pass. It was more of an interception than anything. 51-24. Colonel's extending the lead to 27, possibly 28 with a free throw. Yeah, I'm with you. Does Coach Harris put the starters back in maybe to start the fourth quarter? Tell the guys, hey, you got 2 or 3 minutes, play hard, and then you're out? Or do you just continue to substitute with the bench? Good question, and we'll find out an answer, I'm sure.
Yeah, we will.
You're the only starter out there right now.
It'll either happen or it won't.
That's right.
My buddy Musburger.
Love that. Colonels might have got away with a foul. Ends up in the hands of Dylan Craig. Can't finish the lay-in from the left side, but big man Austin Kraft does on the putback, and he's fouled. Kraft has a chance for a three-point play.
We were talking about big men earlier last week and talking about the Colonel's opponents, and the name Tanner Robinette came up.
Mm-hmm.
And you said he's putting up some absolutely filthy numbers from Honaker.
He is. He's got some astounding numbers. Free throw doesn't go in from Austin Kraft. We got to see him play last year in the state championship game. Colonels beat Honaker for that 3rd straight state title. But Tanner Robinette certainly stood out in our minds, a Division I prospect. 51-26. Colonels lead by 25.
Chancellor Mormon's just always got a smile on his face. Jake Adams did a little crossover dribble, went behind his back, and the defender kind of fell for it, and then Jake backed off, and Chancellor Mormon just busted out with a big smile.
Pennell at the left elbow. He'll back it out 4 feet beyond the three-point line. Back to Mormon. Mormon driving, left-hand finish, didn't catch the iron. There's a rebound by Brett Hostetler. Riverhead's going to bring it up the far sideline in a hurry. Roberts, pump fake. Now a Hostetler. He'll fire for 3. Side of the iron, no good. Adams is able to grab the rebound, running away towards the far sideline. He'll bring it into the front court himself. Just right of center with 22 seconds left to play. Here's Galliard stepping in, leaves it for Pennell. Mormon, three-pointer up, no good. Jordan Witcher on the rebound. Shovels it back to Mormon. Mormon checks the clock. There's still 12 seconds on it. 51-26. Colonels lead by 25. Mormon fakes the pass. Pennell going to fire for 3. That skips off the iron, nearly down. 3 seconds left. Riverhead's going to have to put up a half-court heave. Hostetler will do just that and hit the backboard. It would have counted, but it didn't go in. Colonels lead by 25. 8 more minutes of regulation ball to play between Altavista and Riverheads on 105.5 KD Country.
Recognized for outstanding service and customer satisfaction, Sonny Merriman Incorporated is Virginia's platinum service Thomas Built bus dealer. As Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus distributor, Sonny Merriman Incorporated has been providing buses to schools, churches, medical facilities, and transit agencies for 50 years. Sonny Merriman Incorporated recognized the Altavista boys and girls basketball teams for their outstanding season and wishes them good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels!
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
One more reminder for Honky Tonk Jukebox fans, the Sugar Daddy will be on right after the basketball game. Stick around, enjoy some hoops, and we'll get you to your country music here before you know it. Oscar, Colonels lead by 25. I guess the idea now for Altavista and Coach Troy Harris is extend the lead.
Well, I think you're right, and we talked about 2 minutes left in the third quarter with the liberal substitution pattern that he done. We talked about, what's he going to do? Well, the starters are back on the floor, and I think you'll see a strong burst here, put the final dagger into this Riverheads team, and then he'll start to back off. You want to see your starters execute strongly here at the beginning of the fourth quarter for a couple minutes and drive home the point.
Great point. Now the question is maybe how long do they stay in there? 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe as long as Coach Harris feels comfortable. McClure closed out well on an Austin Kraft jumper. That wouldn't go in. It's about the only Kraft that hasn't hit long-range shots tonight, as Haley Kraft lit it up in the opener for the Lady Colonels from long distance. Sister Taylor Kraft pitched in some three-pointers as well. Cameron Hughes not entering the ballgame, pardon me. It was the third foul on Brett Hostetler for Riverhead, 16th foul. Ballback was looking for the lob to Galliard. Riverheads did a nice job diagnosing it and taking it away.
It's been successful twice. They just haven't executed it for the slam, but with the 6'5" Kraft in, that certainly clogged up the middle.
He's a rim defender for sure. Malbeck going to sprint to his left with a left-hand dribble. Now over to McClure. McClure going to use a Galliard screen. Nelly triggers the three. Ooh, off the backboard, no good, and the rim. Galliard stick backing in is good, though. Good job by Lawrence Galliard from the right post. Reach it up and in with his right hand, 53-26, Colonels.
I like the fact that Lawrence didn't use the power dribble to get any closer, just used a nice step, got to the rim, and was able to lay it in.
Yeah, Lawrence takes long steps. I mean, if he's within 6 feet, one step probably gets him to 2 feet pretty quickly. Under 7 to play. Pull-up jump shot from Brett Hostetler, a little bit too strong. McClure rebounds dead center in the middle of the paint. He'll bring it up himself. Shake and bake move. Looking for friends. Does find them. Maul back. Right wing. Now it's in the right corner. Daquan Poindexter going to try a three. Air ball. Bradley Roberts with the rebound on one bounce for Riverheads.
Boy, Nelson's in his pocket, isn't he?
Nelson is stalking him. He gives him some space, then he'll close out. Galliard guarding the basketball now. That's Forrest Shuey to the top of the key to Brett Hostetler. Kraft, spin move, left-hand finish won't go on the hook shot. Got his own rebound, looking for help. Oh, does throw it into the front court. Forrest Shuey did not reestablish. Shuey had gone back to play defense, and that shows you a little bit about how much Riverheads respects the transition game of Altavista, doesn't it? I mean, Shuey was all the way back here on the free throw line.
He was retreating.
Cameron Hughes does check in the ball game
cue,
now.
Cameron Hughes does check in. First action of the night.
Maybe about 45 seconds off cue, but close enough. Nelly, three ball, right wing. That's no good. Rebounded again by Bradley Roberts. Roberts, for a guard, really seems to rebound well. 5'10 sophomore. Nelson Dews trying to battle for a steal over there in the far sideline. Chad Coffey calls a timeout. Riverheads will take the timeout. We'll take it with them. Altavista on top big. 53-26, just under 6 to play in the ball game on 105.5 KD Country.
Jumpstart your business on a winning note with the Altavista Revolving Loan. An opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Check in with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis, at Altavista Town Hall. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality, supporting the Altavista Colonels' winning tradition.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Another timeout from Riverheads coach Chad Coffey to save the possession. He does so. They throw it in bounds. Points there from Bradley Roberts. Right hand finish from the left side. 53-28. Colonels lead as we get to see Kenny Hunt Jr., the all-time leading scorer here at Altavista High School. It's not often you can have a 2,000-point scorer stop in to take in a basketball game or two, is it, Oscar?
No, and boy, if you never got to see him play, he could absolutely light it up.
Amazing stuff. He is in the top 10 all-time in scoring in Virginia. Not sure where he stands, because guys climb up that ladder all the time. McClure for three, long distance, won't go. Another rebound from Bradley Roberts, I'm telling you. For a 5'10 man, Bradley Roberts really does work on the glass. There's a steal by Lawrence Galliard. Colonel's going the other way. Nelson Dews sprinting into the front court, runs right past Mateo Malback, stops at the three-point line. Hesitation, dish down low to McClure. McClure banged on. Shot won't go. He's headed to the free throw line.
With no disrespect to previous Colonels teams, this Colonels team is about as unselfish as any we've seen. Nelson, Mateo, Lawrence, Daquan, all of them have no trouble. McClure, they all have no trouble at all feeding the ball to an open player. If they've got a 6-footer and somebody's got a 3-footer, they're giving it up.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's been nice to see that develop, and it's been there all year, but it's getting more and more obvious to me.
No, I think you nailed it. I mean, there have been some Colonel players, individuals, that are probably more unselfish or were more unselfish. I think as a team, though, this is as best as I can remember. There's Traquan Farmer in the game for his first action. He gets a tie-up, shared possession. That'll stop play, and Altavista has the possession arrow in their favor.
Those certainly the team from the three-time state champion teams weren't nice feed.
Wow, yeah. Cameron Hughes, two-handed bounce pass to Nelson Dews, who is streaking to the right edge of the 10. Drops it in easily.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
One of the teams that comes to mind is the Woodruff Trevor Hall teams.
Mm-hmm.
They were extremely unselfish.
Great call by you. Out of bounds there. That was the 2006, 2007, 2008 kind of an era there.
Yep, that's exactly right.
55-28. Colonels lead this one here. I'll say it one more time. Music fans, sit tight, enjoy the basketball ride, Subway postgame show, and then the honky-tonk jukebox. Right back to some outstanding country music. Adams in the ball game. It's Jacob Adams, Jamal Thornhill, Traquan Farmer, Josh McClure, and Cameron Hughes for Altavista. McClure dribbles inside the three-point line in the far corner and cut off. Hughes holds it over his head. Adams will attack, gets stopped at the three-point line. Now it's to McClure. Oh, McClure in a big hurry from the left side. It will not fall, but he is fouled. Took some hard contact with Dakota Cave. Cave saw him coming and tried to get the feet set. Kind of gives a little head nod to McClure and says, yeah, I think I almost got you there.
Coach Coffey is individually, he's staring at each official individually, shaking his head, saying, holy cow.
Well, that's one of those split-second kind of plays. And, again, as we've said, generally that play usually favors the offense. The defender has to do everything pretty much perfect to get that charge called. But you do see it. Colonels have taken quite a few charges this year. Two guys lead the team with 6. Lawrence Galliard and Mateo Malback have each taken 6 charges for Altavista. Second free throw goes down for Josh McClure. Chancellor Mormon in the ball game now.
Colonel's 4-9 from the free throw line here in the second half, and that certainly can't please Coach Harris.
Coach Harris is taking a timeout right now. That may be addressed. We're going to keep it right here, Oscar. We got into that one just a tad bit late. Let's stay here. Colonels lead 56-28 with 4:12 left to play.
Yeah, I think another point if you're Coach Harris is you put the starters in at the beginning of the fourth quarter. You wanted them to close out strong. I don't know that he got what he wanted to see.
Yeah, that's a conundrum for a coach because, like you said, you want them to close out strong. Well, what happens if they don't? Do you just leave them in for the whole fourth quarter? Well, it's kind of hard to do that, too. So it sort of forces your hand as a coach. You have to make a decision one way or the other.
They played 4 minutes, and outscored Riverheads 5-2, and I certainly don't think they were that's what he was looking for.
It's a 56-28 Altavista lead. It's a comfortable lead. If it stays this way, I don't think we'll see the starters again. You never know. Altavista, if they win, will be hosting Luray at home on Friday night. It'll be a 6 o'clock start time. Riverhead's in some trouble along the baseline. Now Dakota Cave has it. He'll try a 16-footer from the left wing. That won't fall. Jamal Thornhill's going to run it into the front court for the Altavista Colonels. Clad in the home white jerseys, scoring on the right bucket, nearest to Big O and myself. Lady Colonels got a win in the opener. If you missed that one, it's a 73-36 dominating performance in the second quarter for the Lady Colonels. Fourth quarter wasn't bad either. There's a steal. Brett Hostetler steps in front of an errant Altavista pass and scores it on the other end. Farmer and Thornhill tried to get back and recover, but to no avail. Now the lead's down to 16. If this lead gets cut much more, I got to think you're going to see the starters, don't you, Oscar? Yeah. There's another turnover for Altavista.
16. I went to a different school system. I'm at 26.
Second game of the night.
Yeah.
Plus, we've had a long break. Sorry, folks. Math, never my strong suit.
That's what I'm here for.
Absolutely, that's what you're here for. Roberts going to eye the rim for 3. No good. There's a rebound from Cameron Hughes. Well, what if the lead gets cut to under 20? You think he'll put the starters back in then?
Not with 2:47 remaining. he may put a couple in, but he's going pretty deep in the bench now.
Remind me to edit that part out when we put the game on YouTube, okay?
No.
Gotta keep it in there. Oh, gosh.
Well, I'm still looking for Lawrence Galliard for when Trainer Emerson took his foot off.
There's almost a steal by Jacob Adams. He couldn't quite rip it away from Dakota Cave. Cave's going to back up and go to the free throw line after the shot wouldn't go down.
Hey,
yeah, we all make mistakes.
Happy birthday,
to who? Michael Jordan?
It's Michael Jordan.
It's Michael Jordan's birthday. You're a big UNC fan. I figured that's where you're going. It's a bunch of guys' birthday today. I think it's Jim Brown's birthday today, too.
It is. And, yeah, I mean, he might be listening. I mean,
either one.
He's in that Carolina fraternity. Jordan's in that Carolina fraternity. Kevin Madden played at Carolina.
Yeah.
They keep track of each other.
You might say, hey, the game. You can hear the game on the TuneIn app or at kdcountry.com. I think you're right. Happy birthday, MJ. Speaking of all-time greats, Cameron Hughes with a rebound on the missed free throw. He's going to rush into the front court himself. In and out of traffic. Now he'll retreat a bit. If Michael Jordan is listening, can you please get in touch with KD Country on Facebook? And, hey, that goes for anybody else. If you want the shout-outs, let us know you tuned in. We'll talk about you. Adams going to try a right-wing three-pointer, too strong. Rebounded just outside the paint by Jacob Kings and Riverheads.
Michael's been known to frequent the area. Plays golf up at Water's Edge at Smith Mountain Lake. Has a motorcycle racing team that he sponsors. Is known to frequent VIR as well. So
that's a valid point, buddy.
It's not unreasonable for him to be in the area.
It's more likely that somebody like Michael Jordan is listening rather than somebody like Jim Brown, who also has a birthday. Jim Brown's probably a basketball fan, but you bring up a lot of connections to the area with MJ and Kevin Madden here, a former UNC player as well. Kevin Madden is an assistant coach for Riverheads tonight, if you missed that earlier. Under 2 minutes to play. Colonel's firmly in command, 26-30. I bet you Michael Jordan would like the honky-tonk jukebox coming on after us. He grew up in North Carolina, and Michael Jordan's a country music fan, I guess.
He probably is.
Right wing, over to Brett Hostetler. Hostetler, crossover dribble. Tried to fight by Chancellor Mormon. Shot was no good. Coach Harris going to send in some of the JV call-ups now.
Shaheem Pennell, Brian Gillespie, and Kyler Johnson.
And, scoop layup will go for Cameron Hughes with a bit of razzle-dazzle from number 1 for the Altavista Colonels. Extends the lead to 28. Into the ball game are those 3 aforementioned guys that Oscar just said. It's Kyler Johnson, Brian Gillespie, and Shaheem Pennell. They are all sophomores. We had the issue with Kyler Johnson earlier where we thought he was going to give up his jersey to Josh McClure. That did not happen. Maybe Coach Harris just, blood on the shorts. Yep. Okay. And then at halftime, they've got a spare pair of shorts that they gave Kyler Johnson, or maybe McClure gave his back, and then Kyler got the spare pair. Or McClure got the spare pair. I'm sorry. It has been a long night.
Chad Coffey is absolutely just giving the refs the business.
Got to be careful over there on the
Well, I don't think at this point, I don't think he's really concerned.
Witcher pulls up for 2, and it's good. How about the excitement from the Colonel bench? Jordan Witcher, the senior, drains it from just inside the free throw line on a nice little crafty pull-up jumper. There's a turnaround hook shot for, I lost my train of thought, for Shuey that won't go. 30-point advantage for Altavista. Pennell into the front court. Over to Cameron Pennell. Three-pointer up from Kyler Johnson. That got the bench to its feet. It wouldn't go either. They wanted to shoot again. He'll retreat it back out. I think Coach Harris doesn't want people to shoot at this point.
He's
still
13
seconds left. You can tell the Colonels players wanted to shoot, though. Everybody's on their feet on the Colonels bench. 7 seconds left to play. Gillespie's just going to hold it over his head. He'll abide by the instructions. A loud cheer comes out from the Colonels bench. A 30-point victory in a Conference 44 semifinal. We'll talk to you again in just a moment on the Subway postgame show. Make sure you stick around. Altavista's a winner over Riverheads, 60-30. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
Good food, low prices, and great service keep customers coming back for more day after day at El Cazador Mexican Restaurant in Alta Vista. El Cazador is now open all afternoons, so you can buy anytime, any day, 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, a great place to unwind and relax with friends. Open 7 days a week, Main Street, Alta Vista. El Cazador thanks you for your business and making them the #1 Mexican restaurant in town.
Hey, Oscar, my insurance situation isn't too good. I need to find somebody new.
Just call Mike Kinlaw. I've been a customer of his for over 20 years.
Mike Kinlaw, huh? I always knew he was a big Colonel fan.
Well, he's an independent insurance agent, so he can shop around and make sure you get the best rates. I mean, you can go online and try the Lizard or the guy that wears khakis, but hey, he's an Altavista graduate. He supports the teams. He's involved in the community. You can't get more than that.
Sounds like I'm calling Kinlaw Insurance Agency.
Yeah, call Mike at 369-5612.
369-5612.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Brought to you by English Construction Company, with offices in Lynchburg.
When you need an important business loan, you want to deal with a decision maker who will respond quickly. I'm Penny Wallace with local First National Bank at our airport branch. I'm focused on business customers, and we have a streamlined process to help you with any loan need. I can offer various business loans for real estate, new equipment, and credit lines. So for better business banking, think of us first. That's local First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Subway post-game show arrives as the crowd mills out onto the court. It was a 60-30 win for the Altavista Colonels. More Subway post-game show right after this. Oscar and I will break down the stats, what's next for the girls and guys. Of course, the Radio Shack player of the game, and then it'll be honky-tonk jukebox time before you know it. Altavista, a big winner by 30 over Riverheads. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
Is there a painting project on your to-do list? English's Home Center has added an additional line of paints. English's features Pratt & Lambert Lifetime Warranty Red Seal exterior paints. Choose from hundreds of stunning, beautiful designer colors. Pratt & Lambert interior or exterior paints. Value price to save you money. Pratt & Lambert paints. Never compromise.
English's is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista.
Life happens. Divorce, family problems, criminal charges, civil litigation, personal injury cases. Turn to David W. Shreve, an experienced attorney at law. David W. Shreve has been practicing law for over 30 years. Free consultation for personal injury cases. David W. Shreve wishing good luck to the Altavista boys basketball team in the playoffs. Go Colonels! David W. Shreve, located 7th Street, Altavista, or by phone 369-6621.
Brother needs a pickup, sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And Daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Feller's Chevrolet. Competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Feller's Chevrolet in Altavista.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Subway post-game show is back. Two good wins here tonight for the Colonels. Lady Colonels won 73-36 over William Campbell. And then the guys, 60-30 against Riverheads. About as good as you can script it, at least from just the final score perspective, Oscar. I'm sure head coaches Deborah Spencer and Troy Harris would have liked to seen things a little bit cleaner out there. But, you know, after a long layoff and you've been out of school, had a 2-hour delay today, everybody's rhythm is messed up, I think they'll probably take it, all things considered.
Yeah, I think you make some great points as to being a little rusty. I think that if you're Coach Harris, you certainly saw some things that you're going to need to clean up before Friday. And I don't think defensive intensity was one of those. I think that they were very aggressive with their man-to-man tonight. Their offensive execution wasn't the best. They had some issues boxing out early. But I think that those were corrected as they went through the game. Just weren't as crisp as they have been. But that's to be expected.
Yeah, some of those finer things, but absolutely, it's been a while. It was last Tuesday against Gretna that they last played, and then, as Coach Harris mentioned in the pregame interview, he planned to give the guys one day off. Snow gave them another day off. So there's some rust in there, maybe loss of the rhythm, but I think they're back. Interesting. Girls got to go back in action tomorrow night. That game is on 105.5 KD Country. Subway pregame show will start around 5:45. Coach Spencer doesn't get any time in the gym to clean that up. She's just going to have to roll with the punches with her group. But I'm sure the Lady Colonels will find a way. Go ahead.
They certainly were impressive in their win tonight. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's tied 15-15, and they put the foot on the gas. They went from first gear all the way up to like 10th gear in a blink of an eye. Let's step aside. Oscar and I will come back with the final stats, Radio Shack player of the game, and we'll wrap it all up and send you off to the Honky Tonk Jukebox. Altavista, big winner here over Riverheads in the nightcap, 60-30. It was all live on 105.5 KD Country.
KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. If you've got a home or business maintenance issue, Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. That's 665-1333 for KCD Maintenance. Painting, building maintenance, minor construction, and more. Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. Again, that's 665-1333. KCD Maintenance.
Hey, this is Mitch at Altavista Appliance Home and Lawn Center. Come check out our large selection of appliances, furniture, mattresses, and lawn care equipment. We carry top brands such as Frigidaire, Whirlpool, Samsung, Maytag, Speed Queen, Best Home Furnishings, Bassett, Ashley, Sealy, Sierra Sleep, and a full line of Husqvarna products. With 0% interest for up to 48 months and customer service you can trust, we will make your buying experience easy and affordable. So come on down and see us today at Altavista Appliance Home and Lawn Center, 606 7th Street, Altavista, Virginia.
Recognized for outstanding service and customer satisfaction, Sonny Merriman Incorporated is Virginia's platinum service Thomas-built bus dealer. As Virginia's oldest and most experienced bus distributor, Sonny Merriman Incorporated has been providing buses to schools, churches, medical facilities, and transit agencies for 50 years. Sonny Merriman Incorporated recognized the Altavista boys and girls basketball teams for their outstanding season and wishes them good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels!
Jumpstart your business on a winning note with the Altavista revolving loan. An opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Check in with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis, at Altavista Town Hall. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality, supporting the Altavista Colonels' winning tradition.
Hey, Oscar, my insurance situation isn't too good. I need to find somebody new.
Just call Mike Kinlaw. I've been a customer of his for over 20 years.
Mike Kinlaw, huh? I always knew he was a big Colonel fan.
Well, he's an independent insurance agent, so he can shop around and make sure you get the best rates. I mean, you can go online and try the Lizard or the guy that wears khakis, but hey, he's an Altavista graduate. He supports the teams. He's involved in the community. You can't get more than that.
Sounds like I'm calling Kinlaw Insurance Agency.
Yeah, call Mike at 369-5612.
369-5612.
Some people have never tried food at a Mexican restaurant, so we asked Chad Shelton from Shelton's Plumbing and Heating about his experience.
I wasn't so sure what the green stuff was, but they slipped some on my plate one day, and now I won't have a meal without guacamole. Still can't spell it.
At El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, if you have questions, they give you the answers in English. Mexican and American foods, affordable prices, and fast service. Try it today. El Cazador, Main Street, Altavista.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway postgame show returns from Altavista High School. Colonels win 60-30. Joining us now, the head coach of the Altavista Colonels, Mr. Troy Harris. And Coach Harris, all things considered, haven't played in 8 days, missed some practice time. I think you'll take the result. It was a little sloppy, but I think you'll take it, right?
Absolutely. When you double up another team's score, you absolutely take the result. And, our game plan was to sort of slop it up a little bit. I don't think I said slop it up, but we wanted to push the ball, and we wanted to get up on them in full court pressure and make them make mistakes. So when you play that way, it's inevitably going to be sloppy at some points.
What individuals impressed you out there in this big win here tonight?
Well, I think Nelson led us in scoring, if I'm looking at it right, 14. Yeah. He always has to lead us in scoring. Defensively, Mateo stepped up. Number 10, Hostetler, man, he could flat out shoot it. Had 16 points. He only had 8 in the second half, so that was huge, shutting him down a little bit in the second half. Or actually 4 in the second half, excuse me.
You guys did seem to swarm on them defensively at times. They had trouble even passing the ball, and you really limited their shot selection. Boxing out, rebounding, that kind of thing. Were you happy with that as well?
Yeah, I think we were actually the superior team as far as athleticism, and it's kind of nice to have that feeling tonight. Usually we're the ones saying, "Oh my God, they're so athletic. Right. We need to watch out for them." But tonight we clearly had the advantage there, so we really wanted to take advantage of it with our rebounding and our pressure on defense.
Well, what's next for you? What are you going to work on tomorrow in practice? Luray did win, by the way. You heard that. They beat William Campbell by 25 or so, 99-73, I think. What's next? How do you get ready for Luray? Have you seen them and heard much about them?
Yeah, I've seen a couple game tapes on them. Haven't seen them in person, but I have sent someone to watch them and did get a couple game tapes from former assistant Chad Ward because he played them twice. Real good. They got a serious player. He's like 6'6". He's being recruited by some D3 schools. So we won't do much as far as running and conditioning tomorrow in practice. Yeah. It'll be a big mental day tomorrow.
Well, and this one is this one tonight was the important one. You had to win this one to advance. Tomorrow night, Friday night, as we get the fan support from the Mormon family. Friday night, the result doesn't matter. Your seating's already set in regionals. Is there a danger there with the guys that they might let up because they know the seating is already set?
No, I really don't think so because we want that trophy because, all these banners in here, they show your accomplishments if you're a region champ or a conference champ, and we don't want conference runner-up on our banner if we're lucky enough to get a banner. So I think we want that trophy more than anything.
Absolutely. Great stuff. Coach Harris, we'll let you go.
Thanks.
We'll send Oscar back. We'll see you Friday night during the Subway pregame show. OB comes in and we'll start to wrap it up here on the Subway post-game show. Got to get you back to the Honky Tonk Jukebox to music. Not back. We're going to start it. It'll be played in its entirety. Agent Zero, what'd you find out for the final numbers there? Coach Harris rattled off a few names.
Yeah, he did. Cameron Hughes with 2, Nelson Dews with 14, Mateo Malback with 9, Daquan Poindexter with 6, Chancellor Mormon with 3, Lawrence Galliard with 12, Jamal Thornhill with 3, Jordan Witcher with 2, Jake Adams with 2, Josh McClure with 7. Boy, you just don't get that kind of balance. It's just pretty phenomenal that you only had 2 players really in double figures and then just that distribution throughout the other players. Not so much for Riverheads. You only scored 30, so they had 4 players that scored, led by Brett Hostetler with 16, Jacob King with 4, Bradley Roberts with 6, and Austin Kraft with 4. Some closing comments on that Riverheads team. They are extremely well coached. They're young. They're gonna improve. They're gonna take this and learn from it, and they're gonna be a force here in the next couple of years.
I think so. We have not seen the last of the Riverheads Gladiators by any means. How about that stifling defense from the Colonels? 3 guys score for Riverheads in the first half. 3 guys score in the second half. Just 4 total. Just 4 players scored.
And it was clear the Colonels were in the passing lanes. They were in their pockets. They were in their uniforms, stifling defense, great defensive performance by the Colonels.
Sure was. Radio Shack player of the game time. I can go first for Riverheads. It's a little bit easy. It's not all about points, but you heard Coach Harris just say Brett Hostetler is a good player. He scored 16. That's my pick for Radio Shack player of the game.
And, Bob Alves is spinning in his shirt right now.
Spinning his wheels.
Because I'm going to agree. It was his obvious choice for me. It was Hostetler.
All right, on the other side for the Colonels, now it's a little bit tougher. Nelly leads them with 14. Galliard not far behind with 12. The defensive performance from everybody was outstanding. I'm stalling a little bit here because I hadn't really thought it over too much.
Boy, I have.
Go ahead, then. Maybe you can make my decision easier.
There is no drawback to Mateo Malback. And I think his floor leadership tonight, his defensive effort, I think really got the Colonels going. Stifling was in the passing lanes, was on hostile for a lot of the night. For me, his obvious choice is Mateo Malback.
Great choice. You used the saying in there as well. Didn't see Brother Michi in the house, so maybe he was tuned in. We did see Pop. Speaking of 1,000-point scorers, Vincent Myers.
Yeah.
He's on the wall up there. Okay. Well, I can't give you too much credit, so I'm going to go with Nelson Dews, 14 points, great defense. He got a lot of those steals himself, and a lot of the other ones he kind of helped out and caused it to get batted over to somebody else. So I'm going to go with Nelson Dews. Got to tell you, our player of the game always, our sound engineer, Eleanor Haney. And then these folks, our starting lineup, the folks that make it possible, Altavista Appliance, Home and Lawn Center on 7th Street in Altavista. Kinlaw Insurance, proudly supporting the Altavista Colonels. Call Mike at 369-5611. El Cazador on Main Street in Altavista. Try the new menu. David W. Shreve, attorney at law. Get expert legal advice with prompt, straightforward answers. KCD Maintenance, Ken can do it maintenance. Call 665-1333. The Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow. Sonny Merriman, Virginia's premier bus company. Fellers Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. They sponsor our YouTube rebroadcast. PCM Industrial Services, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality maintenance and construction service. English's, your complete home center, and your Pratt & Lambert official paint dealer. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, a family serving families since 1905. First National Bank. Start mobile banking today with the First Nat mobile app. And English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. This is the Subway Post-Game Show. If you ever listen online, that's brought to you by Chad Rakos, your all-state agent in Windhurst. I'm Kyle Haney for Oscar Briggs, for Troy Harris, for Deborah Spencer, who joined us earlier. 2 Colonel wins tonight, 73-36 for the girls, 60-30 for the guys. Ladies are back in action tomorrow night. Subway pregame show for that one starts around 5:45. Hope you'll stop by and join us. Here comes the Honky Tonk Jukebox, some really good country music with the Sugar Daddy, and it's all live on 105.5 KD Country.